awareness and some much needed funds too to support the organisations that do help so greatly in these areas.
Spot on, Mont, because we're only talking earlier about how things have changed and whatnot, and we're saying how things have changed in seconds, but a lot of things have changed for the good, and awareness in and around that, same as racial vilification, that sort of stuff. It is just something that's some things just not accepted, which is fantastic, and other things need to be supported and spoken about. So absolutely 100%.
Yeah, well said, Big Mac. All right, we're going to take a break here on O&M Live. On the other side of the break, the bounce of the footy between the Dogs and the Roos. You're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Ground up building products.
Clear.
All your building needs
mate.
from the ground up. You're listening to O&M Live.
Is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol?
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care! I love it!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan. With a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
Points. Should be a really good game of footy. Conditions great. Sun is out and the deck's okay.
Sun's out, guns out. The Dogs will win for mine. Their form last week was nothing short of superb. It's going to be a big battle in the ruck between Tommy Goodwin and Michael Driscoll, two big country boys, as the umpire holds the footy aloft for Blacklocks Wodonga and their LDV vans. You're listening to O&M Live with the Big Mac, Robbie McKinlay.
Yeah, the young bull, the old bull, and the young bull got it. Driscoll tapped it. Quickly, Damien Wilson gets first kick of the afternoon. Kicks it to half forward. Joe Hansen playing forward. Got it back to Darcy Melcham, back in the side today. Back to Damien Wilson. Short kick towards Brother Cameron. Came through hard, committed to the footy. Got it back out to Damien Wilson. Handballed it to Lane. Kicks it into half forward. Ball breaking free. Hansen grabbed it brilliantly. Handball to Robinson. Missed the mark. Robinson went back out after it. Hansen got a gather. Here comes Nastasi. Gathered it. Left foot kick on goal. And he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Gee whiz, that was fast and furious opening. Gus McLeod.
A hot start. Played 45 seconds on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. And I like this move of Joey Hansen going forward. It's something unique. We haven't seen it before. He's the skipper of the Roos, and you can't miss him in the fluoro pink wheels. Here come the Dogs. Far side of the ground, it's Driscoll. Gets his hands on the Sheridan, kicks long down the line to a contest. Geordie Taylor flies, brings it down to ground level. Cody Howard intercepts it, true centre half back for the Roos. And the overlap's on. Here's a go for Ayres over the top. And Corowa coming through the corridor here. They want to link up with a 1-2 with Wilson. They come out towards the far wing. Barrett's the target. Baker gets back in the hole. Needs some defensive support, and he gets it now.
He does. He did really well. Now, Baker, kick is spot on. Finds Jewel. True centre wing, broadcast side of the ground. We've gone just over a minute and 20 seconds. It's no score. Gee, it's been nice and live. And I reckon Damien Wilson, a quick stat for 40 wings, he might have 4 already.
He's up to 4 already, Robbie, on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Well,
5.
Here comes 5, because he's just taken an intercept mark in front of Josh Mayfield. Centre wing. And he goes short, looks for Filipponi. Clever, read the ball. It'll go out the back. Wortman came through, gathered beautifully. Handball was okay. Out the back now to Wilson. Matty Wilson for Wodonga. There's 2 Matt Wilsons playing today, 1 on each side. Jordan Taylor gathered. He had to handball in a hurry. Jack Shield was good. Sat over the footy, Gus, and got it out to Tommy Goodwin, who was tackled, but he somehow got out of trouble.
He just said, get the bloody hell out of my way, Big Mac. Here's a go for Filipponi. True setter of the Martin Park in Wodonga. Inside 50, Nastasi's the target, and he's won himself a free kick for a hold.
No, downfield, boys. No, downfield. Yeah,
Jeez,
just on that
start.
kick.
Hot start, good footy.
You can tell the Roos just want to play with freedom and real poise, playing fast attacking footy. Charlie Nastasi, ball in hand. He'll have to kick 50 metres on a 45-degree angle to the Pearce Street end of Martin Park, and he looks like he's going to go and try his chances.
Can have a crack, I reckon.
The man who works for Red Bull, they say it gives you wings, Big Mac. And Nastasi will go on the left boot and kick long towards the top of the goal square. Bradkey flew on the line, but it's across the left-hand side for a minor score. So Corowa hit the scoreboard first thanks to Steele on, and they lead by 1 behind.
I didn't really believe that. I've seen it get a few high. So wings, away you go.
There you go, Big Mac.
And they go short, and Barber feeds the ball back now. Kicking it long to the middle of the ground. Chance here. Overrunning was Jewel. Now it falls for Mayfield. Open forward line. Look at this. Gus got a genuine race. Jet Cassidy. If he can run onto it, get a friendly bounce. He can't. Good contest. Him and Jack Shield. Cassidy got it. Shield tackled him. He might be in trouble. Buckets has got him. And Jack Shield applied great pressure there, Gussie. The young fella Cassidy, the ball just wouldn't sit for him. And they get out of strife, and Jared Lane's got it at half back for the Roos. 1 point to them. They lead the Bulldogs yet to score.
We'll cross boundary side shortly to Scott Montgomery for the Newmarket Hotel, because the football's being turned over, and the Dogs get it inside forward 50 via Taylor. He pumps it to the top of the goal square. Wild, he makes an attempt, but Cody Howard intercepts a true fullback for the Roos. We'll go boundary side. Scott Montgomery for the Newmarket Hotel. Joe Hansen starting forward.
Yeah, I like that move. Just that bit of exercise, can move around. Just give Kalen Breaky a bit of a chop out too, just so he's not having to do all the work. But the way that both teams have started, boys, is very fierce and ferocious around the footy.
Good tackle by Robinson. Ayres was good over the footy. Now breaking was Baker. Handball inside to Clayton. Got it back to Baker. Baker goes short. Good kick. Oh, Geordie Taylor couldn't hang on to a tough and hard one. Midfield now. Jet Cassidy. Handball over top. Intercepted. Damien Wilson gets another 40-wing stat. Out here to the galloping gasometer. Here he is, big Tommy Goodwin. He bumped an opponent off the ball, then went and picked the footy up. Got an inside handball to Lane, which was okay. Out the back now, he's fallen the way of, might have been Barrett, and he kicks it to centre wing.
Bradkey, true centre wing. Les Cheesley side, wrapped up in a big tackle by Charlie Morrison. Umpire said he disposed legally. Jorgensen gets amongst the action. The Dogs go inside, forward 50. Redcliffe's into the side, read it like a book at the back of the pack, but he can't quite get the clean bounce. And in the end, it trickles across the boundary line for a boundary throw and bring the footy back into play. 5 metres out from the Dogs' goal. And I tell you what, Big Mac, if we're going to get this style of footy for 4 quarters, we're in for a treat today.
Yeah, we haven't had a goal yet, but by goodness, that ball is just pinged from one end to the other. So good chance here for the Roos, for the Doggies. Had a couple of occasions now, the ball just hasn't sat for them. First of all, it was Jet Cassidy, then Redcliffe. Tommy Goodwin takes up front position, and they won't get past him there. Ayres got it out to Tommy Goodwin. He was tackled straight away, and he's got a high tackle, and Bucket says it's going to be a free kick. Go the way of Goodwin. Handballs it back now to Jared Lane. Thumps it to centre wing. Ball comes to ground now. Now Stasi's there, tapping it towards the boundary line. No, he'll keep it in. Will he? No, he won't. He's going to it's going to be thrown in. True centre wing. 40 winks up. Date. Stats for you, Dan Bacara, then it'll be Gus McLeod.
Thanks, Robbie. Just on the 40-wing stat sheet, Angus Baker for Wodonga. He's up to the 6 touches already this quarter, along with Damo Wilson from Corowa, who's had the 6 as well. 5 inside 50s for Wodonga. They're started hot.
He's running real hot. Averages 32 disposals a game, does Baker, so I reckon he'll have those numbers covered quite easily. Footy comes back into play. Lane's gone into the ruck, applies a decent tackle. Free kick. Umpire says nothing in it in the end. Trickles out of the back of the pack. Goodwin's lurking. Mathy gets his hands on the share, and the umpire's found a free kick here. It's going to go the way of the Roos. They're going to rebound via Damo Wilson. Comes in board, links up with brother Cam, and the switch is on here for the Roos. Coming out wide is Cal Spencer. Wants to go inside, forward 50, kicks to a 2-on-1. Hanson makes a good contest, brings it to ground level for Melksham. The Dogs have numbers via Baker. They handball backwards and just bomb it out of their defensive 50 to a big contest, and Damo Wilson's up to the challenge. Pumps it inside, forward 50 once again. Bit of work to do here for Joe Hanson at ground level. Robinson joins in the party and kicks from the boundary. Just across the face of goal. Landed about half a metre across the boundary line. Out of bounds on the full. The Dogs, they haven't hit the scoreboard yet. The Roos just the one behind. We've just ticked over 7.5 minutes. First quarter action for Blacklocks Wodonga.
So it'll be Jacob Barber from deep in the goal square. Kick. Gee, it was a dangerous one. Cam Wilson couldn't quite nail it. And it's going to be thrown in for the Newmarket Hotel. Scott Montgomery, boundary side.
Yeah, boys. They're obviously trying to get Angus Baker as a loose in their back line, and it's working really well at the moment. Obviously, we've had 7 touches already, so this has got to keep an eye on that, and Cora might have to try and man him up as much as they can.
We haven't had a goal kicked yet. As Tommy Goodwin and Michael Driscoll, and the fist from Driscoll is going to go back out. So we're going to have repeat boundary throw-ins half forward. You got anything around the grounds for us, Dan Baccaro?
We'll just go around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's pool ward. So JC Low Oval, Yarrawonga 7, just started against Albury Tigers, who are 6, and Wangaratta Rovers 9 to North Albury's nothing, and Lavington not to score against Wangaratta, and they're 12 at Lavington Sports Ground.
The Dogs, hands on the Sharon. They go out in the Clayton direction. Needs a clean bounce, and he gets it. Les Cheesley, side of the ground. They kick long down the line, trying to find Wilding. And getting a crucial fist on that one was Barrett. Out of bounds for a boundary throwing. True centre wing, Les Cheesley, side of the Martin Park in Wodonga. It's great to have your company on 1494 2AY. Scott Montgomery, Dan Vaccaro, myself, Gus McLeod, and Robbie McKinlay for McRae Motors.
Centre wing, Gussie, and Brown for Wodonga. Got a handball back to Baker, who pumps it high to half forward, jostling for position. Cade Cushett works the way over the boundary line, and it'll be flung back in. So a lot of ball been on that far side of the ground. The Les Cheesley oval side of the ground. 9 minutes gone on this Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. And it is a 1-0 lead, and it's Corowa-Rutherglen leading at the moment. Just that one minor score. Here's a go for Nastasi. Broke clear through the pack. Inside handball is okay to Hansen. Hansen, can he get through one? He was able to give it off to Robinson. Robinson goes short. On to Barrett. On to Nastasi. Ran around an opponent. Into an open goal. And Illy goes bang! The Roos get the first of the day. It's certainly a Sunjan contender for goal of the day, but gee, good football. Fast and furious. Scott Montgomery, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, that's the way Coro want to play today. You can see already they want to get the ball moving as quick as they can, link up with hands through the middle and try and put the defence under the pump with guys running towards them, as we just saw there. Charlie Anastasius a little bit too quick and ran around Charlie Morrison to finish the goal nicely.
Just on the 40-wing stat sheet quickly too, boys. Damo Wilson's up to the 9 touches. We've been playing 10 minutes, boys, so he's going a touch a minute just about.
Someone get the fire extinguisher. He's hot, Dan Vaccaro. The Dogs lead, or Dogs trail, I should say. The Roos 1-1 to the Dogs yet to score. Jorgensen gone inboard for the Dogs. Pinballing around. Cam Wilson gets a clearing kick for the Roos. Joe Hansen's been lively. Here's a go for Mattress Wilson. Inside forward 50 to Robinson. Was it the fair 15 metres? Umpire said yes. And Will Robinson will go back and have a set shot. He'll need to kick this one all of 50 metres, boys, to the Piers Street end.
I reckon the journey will be okay for him. But, hey, got to love this. Joe Hansen across half forward. What about the liveliness of the lad?
Been lively, boys, hasn't he? He's had a few touches too. So
he's had 3 touches, boys, and he's looking good.
Especially the circumstances of the footy club at the minute. They need their captain to step up, and he's doing so today. Robinson, you'll need to kick this one 50 metres on a slight angle to the Piers Street end. Looks pretty good off the boot. Doesn't quite have the accuracy. Just drifting across late to the left-hand side. So the Roos are off to a hot start. They lead 1-2-8 to the Dogs yet to score. It's on the Steel Line scoreboard.
Jorgensen brings the ball back into play, and Michael Driscoll will mark in front of Georgie Sandrell. And he decides he'll go back towards the goal square, and it's in the hands again of Jorgensen. Chips it short, and he finds Josh Clayton, who likes to give off in that situation. And this side, he goes wide. And the kick's okay, and it finds Gus Jones, who's really starting to emerge as a very talented young footballer for the Dogs. Gussie Jones kicks it down the line, and Jewell takes a good mark. Gussie, between half-back and centre wing for the Dogs, they trail by 7 points.
I really like the move of Jewell. He's gone forward across the last 6 or 7 weeks, despite Coach Jordan Taylor telling us last week he wants him in defence. The assistant coaches are pushing his praises up forward. True centre wing, Les Cheesley's side of the John Flower Oval. Jewell gets his hands on the Sharon once again. Geordie Taylor joins in the action. And it's just pinballing around. Here's an opportunity now for Cam Wilson. Not his best kick inside forward 50, but it works okay for Bradkey. He had 3 to beat, and Tom Johnson mopped up from the Dogs at true centre half back. Spiteri needs to get a clean bounce, doesn't quite get it. The pressure arrives via Sandrell. Nastasi, hands on the Sharon, handballs over the top in the Barrett direction. Got rid of it in the nick of time, but the umpire said he did so illegally. It's a free kick for incorrect disposal. Going by the Dogs across right half back.
Yeah, it's a short kick, and it finds Josh Clayton. True centre half back, goes wide. Gee, this is going to be interesting. And Saunders behind the pressure there to Reece Venturoni, but he was okay. He got it to Brown on centre wing for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Kicks it into half forward. Might have been a push. It is. It is a push. The free kick will go the way of the Roos at half back. And it's a young fella on debut today, Gussie. Justin Lewis, out of the thirds, and he's still only 16 years old. Well done, young fella. Go well.
He's got big boots to fill because he's come in for Jared Hatton. So hopefully he's got a bit of enforcer-like tactics about him as the Roos move down the line. A downfield free kick will come here. A late bump on Cam Wilson, which will see the Roos get the footy about 60 metres from home. Pretty tight up on the boundary.
Looks tough, I thought, that one on Jacob Barber. But
I thought so as well.
Sort of more
it was a bit high, I think, boys, more so than lateness.
Yeah, good call, Mont.
So Spencer, inside forward 50, gets a tracer bullet. Working hard is Melksham, snaps across the body. In fact, it was Mac Lavis to the top of the goal square. There's Melksham, he gets amongst the action. The Dogs have numbers if they can exit defensive 50. Gus Jones got to be clean, and it's a nice kick down the line. He finds the boy from Finley, Matt Wilson.
It is, he goes okay too, Matty Wilson. Mimo says slow it down, slow it down. The man in the orange lime boots kicks across to Morrison. Morrison's got a bit of room. This might work okay. Geordie Taylor's found a little bit of room at half-back. Shaped a handball, showed a bit of candy, pumped it on the left foot. Cody Howard might get at the ball first. He does. Keeps it in front of him. Now gains control. Whoops, it slips out. Howard paddled it cleverly towards half-back. Might have been Cam Wilson. Shoveled it back to Cody Howard. Now you'll look for Jack Shield. He gives it to Shield now under pressure. Got it back to Cody Howard. Got through one tackle. Had to kick in a hurry. Mimo, good tackle. Howard got it back to Panag. Got it on to Robinson. And there's a sling tackle in the background, Gus. The free kick's going to come all the way back to Cody Howard. Half-back, 7-0. Corowa-Rutherglen lead the Bulldogs. And we have gone 14 and a half minutes. I think it's raining.
It is raining, boys. It just started just then, Robbie, so it looks like it's going to stick around for a little bit too. So,
considering we're broadcasting in a tin shed, you're going to hope you like the sound of rain on your roof at night, Big Mac.
I love it.
Because you're going to hear a fair bit of it today as the heavens open up at the John Flower Oval and the Roos switch the football out to the broadcast wing. Spencer needs a favourable bounce, doesn't quite get so he hacks it off the boot forward to try and gain some yards. Great tackle applied by Mattress Wilson for the Roos. Back inboard, got a little bit of work. Here is Gabe Crothers. Spiteri provides support and he finds the left boot, kicking in the Taylor direction. Cody Howard did well, plays on, kicks inboard to Robinson, who left the footy behind at the crucial moment, and now the ball's in the hands of Mayfield.
Mayfield pumps it long. Redcliffe's got a look at it. Oh, good grab. Good grab as the rain absolutely buckets down here. Redcliffe marks 20 out directly in front. Gee whiz, I hope Scott Montgomery's all right down there on boundary side.
I'm undercover, boys. I'm all good. Don't worry about me.
What about our boy Travie doing the camera work?
Have a look at him. He won't leave his post, Travis Cartwright.
He's a wet weather specialist, Travie.
He loves it. He's a bit of Myrtleford in the boy. Redcliffe to kick the Doggies' first goal. We've got to tick over close to 16 minutes. Redcliffe comes in and Redcliffe bangs it through for the Doggies. They get there first. They trail it by a point. It's 7-6 here at Martin Park as it is absolutely hammering down Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Thanks, Robbie. Yeah, so really good goal there by Wodonga. They're up to their 8th inside 50. It's on the back of the dominance from Angus Baker. He's added 8 touches and Josh Clayton has been really good with 4. But I'll just quickly go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World. A couple of big games today. So at the JC Low Oval, Yarrawonga 15 to Albury 6. Wangaratta Rovers have had a hot start, 10 to North Albury's 1. Lavington yet to score against Wangaratta, 1 to 19.
It's a 1-point ball game here. First quarter action for Blacklocks Wodonga and their LDV vans. Great to have your company on O&M Live, broadcasting live from the John Flower Oval. Umpire starts the game once again. Clearing kick from Barber. Was a high up and under, working hard. Spiteri calls for a free kick as the heavens open up here. Damien Wilson kicked it off the ground, not quite a 40 winks disposal. Got pushed in the back towards the boundary line, but the umpire said there was nothing in it and will bring the football back into play. True centre wing, Les Cheesley's side. And I tell you what, if you thought there was a crowd here, there's stuff all here now, Big Mac. They've all retreated and tried to find some cover.
They're up here in the grandstand. And look, I don't think it'd be raining across the river there. It is just getting this patch here absolutely hammering down. As the Roos go forward again, Gus Jones missed a chest mark. Filipponi was clever, tackled it towards Bradkey, who shoveled it out to Damien Wilson. No real possession there. Now's a chance. Kick off the ground there by Saunders to out the far side of the ground, and Mac Lavis couldn't control it. Gus will be thrown in 60 metres out from the Roos goal. They lead by 2 points.
A bit of a left field around the grounds. We're going to cross to O&M Live HQ. Matty Griffith pushing the buttons for us today has sent through a photo from the studio, and there is not a cloud in the sky. It's sunny, and let's hope that weather makes its way across the border. True centre, or true centre half forward, I should say. Working hard is Wilson of the Cam variety. And he gets taken high. Umpire says it's a free kick. Cam plays on. Inside forward 50. Dangerous kick. Well done by Driscoll. I even reckon we're getting a little bit wet inside the box here now. Here comes the go for Ayres. Kicks inside forward 50. Barrett's the target. Brings it to ground level. Pinballing around 40 metres out from the Roos goal. As the heavens open up, Big Mac. In the words of Brian Taylor, it's absolutely pissing down.
Have a listen to that. That is the rain. It is just pounding down. I'm sure you can pick it up if you're listening or watching. Goodness me, players going out of everywhere here. Here's a chance through traffic. Barrett was fantastic. Got it to Cameron Wilson. Kicks it inside half forward. Tommy Johnson got a half volley. He normally puts them to the fence. This time he shoveled a handball out the back to Barber. Barber tight to the boundary. The kick comes in. Sitting underneath it was Nastasi. Well done, Spencer. Gathered it. He was tackled by young Jet Cassidy, and it's going to be a ball up right in front of you, Scotty Montgomery, for the Newmarket Hotel. Bang, wowee.
I could nearly get a clearance on that close to it, boys, but geez, that rain has really started to come down as it just starts to lighten off slightly now, but this ground now is just going to be underwater. I think it was a bit wet before the game, and it's going to be even worse now.
Hanson, hands on the Sharon for the Roos and kicks inboard. It's a dangerous kick as Venturi gets the ball for the Dogs inside forward 50. Redcliffe set at the back of the pack and he marked it over Howard.
Great kick.
35 metres out on a tight angle, but it favours the left footer as he arcs around, snaps across the body, and Redcliffe's got two. A Sunjan goal today. He's come back into the side, the 2021 Rising Star, and his first two kicks have resulted in 2 goals for the Dogs.
Yeah, really good start by the Dogs, boys. They've had up to 9 inside 50s now on the 40-week stat sheet. Ethan Redcliffe's got 2, but as I said, it's still the dominance from Angus Baker. He's had the 9 touches. Matt Wilson's been really good on the wing with 3 touches as well, and Josh Clayton's been really handy with the 5 this quarter. Corowa got to work their way back into it, Robbie.
Yeah, Monty for the Newmarket Hotel. The kick by young, I think it was Reece Venturoni.
Yeah, I think it was.
An absolute beauty. Just got that extra 5 metres.
Yeah, and the way that Redcliffe's playing at the moment, just out the back slightly, the fence probably just needs to get back shoulder now, especially with the rain coming. Try and bring it forward rather than letting it get over the back like it has twice now already.
Yep, he's done it and got both goals from that. So
Angus Baker moved into the middle by the looks of it too, boys.
So the rain's still coming down. Certainly not as hard, but I'll tell you what, it's still pretty persistent. There's one way to put it. It's in the middle. Big Tommy Goodwin's in there. Now Baker, clearance out of the middle. Kicks it inside forward 50.
Oh, good.
They've got numbers at the back here. The Roos couldn't control it. Was Lavis. Quick hands by Hanson. Works its way. Intercepted. Mayfield did well. He might get a free kick here too.
Yep.
Advantage rule should have been... Oh, keep playing on, Cade Brown. Now he's told to play on. Everyone stopped. And Cade Brown has kicked a goal. But I think they've got to... Oh, he's paid all clear. Well... A lot of players stopped. Everyone stopped. Cade Brown, we were wondering, it should be, then eventually he got paid. He runs in and kicks an open goal. Ooh.
I don't know what you think, Monty, but for mine, you've got to call the advantage immediately. You can't have a bet each way.
Well, Buckets wasn't even watching where the ball went then, boys. He was watching where the mark needed to be and was running to pay the mark. And then, as the ball was kicked, he decided to pay the advantage. So I'm not sure about that one. But, it's paid now and it's on the scoreboard. So Wodonga's had a hot start here, 3 goals to 1 in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, and it takes that lead out now on the Steel Line scoreboard to 3 goals straight 18 to 1-2-8, and we've gone 21 and a half minutes, Gussie. That's on the Albury GJ Gardner home time clock.
First corner action for Blacklocks Wodonga. We're back in the underway in the centre of the John Flower Oval. Coming through nicely was Cam Wilson. A grubber kick along the ground works out okay as Jorgensen gets a kick away for the Wodonga Bulldogs. True centre wing, and he kicks down the line trying to find Matt Wilson. Ayres does some good defensive work for the Roos and will bring the footy in just forward of true centre wing, favouring the Dogs, and they lead 3 straight 18 to the Roos, 1-2-8 on the Steel Line scoreboard.
Yeah, very tricky conditions here at the moment. Those 3 goals that Wodonga have kicked in the last probably 5 minutes could be very valuable indeed. A kick comes inside half forward again. Geordie Taylor was clever with the footy. Got it towards Mimo. He set about the footy. Couldn't gather it. The ball shovels out the back to Hanson, who somehow got it. I think it is Jared Lane there who's picked him up and tackled, and he's brought down 40 metres out from the Wodonga goal. 22 and a half minutes gone. First quarter action for Blacklocks Wodonga, and it's the Bulldogs 18 lead Corowa-Rutherglen 8.
Goodwin wins the tap down. Mayfield wins the kick for the Dogs, kicks towards the top of the goal square, and it just trickles across the face for a minor score. The Dogs 3-1-19 to the Roos 1-2-8. We'll get Dan Vaccaro to give us a 40-wing stats update.
Thanks, Gussie. Josh Matthew's been really good. He's up to the 4 touches. He's been really effective and he's taken a liking to the wet weather. 11 inside 50s to Dogs. Plays Corowa was 9 as well.
Short kick in. Oh, this might be a little bit tricky for Ayres. He gathers it okay, and he just does an old tumbler towards centre wing. A lot of good kick off the ground was missed there by Barrett. Nastasi with a little bit of pace and dash off the left foot. Mongrel left foot torpedo. Jorgensen missed it overhead. Hansen picked it up, spilled out, regathered, got a short handball to Melcham. Melcham goes short, top of the goal square. He's held, I reckon, Bradkey. Play on's the call, and Morrison, I reckon he might have got away with one there. But Monty, you would have had a closer look for the Newmarket Hotel. Thoughts?
I thought it was a good call. You think he just got the arms up at the right time, didn't quite make body contact front on, so really well played by Charlie Morrison.
You can see what this rain's done right in front of the interchange gates. You can see the water just sitting on top of the surface. So whilst we only got rain for a 4 or 5 minute window, Big Mac, we certainly had a big downpour. As the footy comes back into play, inside the attacking 50 of the Dog, or the Roos, the Dogs clear defensive lines, and it's a genuine foot race here. Chasing the football was Barrett, in pursuit was Saunders, and tapped forward, trying to keep this one alive for the Dogs. It works out okay. It's Isaac Cassidy, links up with Jordan Taylor, 55 from home, kicks inboard, not his best kick. Chopped off on the last line of defence by Spencer, and he's going to go out wide. Links up with a teammate. It's Joe Hansen, the skipper for the Roos.
Yeah, boys, just a quick one too. Cody Howard's coming off. I reckon he might have twinged that hammy again, so he may be done for the day. We'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he's had a lot of issues with that, as Darcy Melcham marks on centre wing. Far side of the ground, 19-8. Wodonga lead Corowa-Rutherglen, 24 and a half minutes gone. Melcham kicks it long, 70 out from the Roos goal. Fist from behind was outstanding by the Dogs. They've got a few numbers around the ball here. They tap it, they work it. Sitting over it now was Spiteri, and he shovels it out towards the boundary line, and they'll take that. There's a bit of a scuffle going on there between Bradkey and Gus Jones. So a couple of youngsters just sticking the chest out a little bit there. And the boundary umpire says, well, you can fight all you like. I'm going to throw it back in, and that's exactly what he does, Gus McLeod.
Goodwin in the ruck for the Roos, gets it down. Driscoll gains about 20 metres here for the Dogs, valuable metres. Good tackle applied by Spencer. Comes back inboard. Goodwin puts his head over the footy and just says, get the bloody hell out of my way. The umpire's found a free kick here. It's going to go the way of the Roos. Darcy Melcham, the recipient, just behind true centre wing, Les Cheesley's side of the John Flower Oval with a high up and under kick. Flying a bit early there was Lavis at ground level. Hansen in the Mavis direction. Coming through now is Wortman, wrapped up in a tackle. Little 1-2 to Matey, and the Dogs are away.
A spiralling punt kick, and Cade Cushett kept it in control. Wilding was about to kick it off the ground, but he realised that Ayres' head was there, so he quite rightly pulled it back, held it back, Gussie. Now we've still got a bit of a pack. Baker did okay. He picked up about 5 or 10 metres. Working hard, there was Wilson. That was Matt Wilson for Wodonga. Taylor shoveled out to the advantage of it. Here's a go now. Lining up. Brown, he's already kicked one. Open goal square. Well done, Cal Spencer. He got there in time, and he punts it through for a rush behind. It's 20-8, and the Wodonga Bulldogs, they lead after they gave up the first goal of the game, but since then, they've really dominated possession, Gus. As Jack Shield will bring it back into play. We've gone 26 and a half minutes first quarter.
And the Dogs have really adjusted to the wet weather footy a lot quicker than the Roos have.
They have.
They bring the football back in from fullback to the Roos, and they kick long down the line trying to find Sandrell at ground level. Here's a go for Noah Cassidy. Links up here with Matey, tied up on the boundary line, keeps it alive, crumbs his own footy and taps it in towards a bit of space. Head over the football, well done by Filipponi for the Roos. Pinballing around. Put him down for a 40 wings disposal. He got that one in the nick of time, did Damien Wilson, as the siren sounds for quarter time at the John Flower Oval in Wodonga. And the quarter time score sees the Dogs 3-2-20 to Corowa-Rutherglen 1-2-8. A really exciting first quarter of footy, Big Mac.
Yeah, I liked it. We had a bright opening. We didn't get our first goal until 10 minutes in, but it was from one end to the other. The second half of that quarter was played either in driving rain, very wet conditions, and what we've seen is, as you said, Wodonga have adapted the better. They take a 12-point lead in at quarter time.
Plenty more to come. You're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
And we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with Go TAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
On 2AY.
Welcome back to the Martin Park in Wodonga. Quarter time between the Dogs and the Roos, and Dan Vaccaro's got your Optus Quarters best for your local Optus stores, Albury, Wodonga and Wangaratta.
Yeah, thanks, Gussie. Optus Quarters best for Wodonga. Angus Baker was fantastic that quarter, boys. He had 10 touches, and Josh Matthew was great as well for Wodonga. And as we move over to the Corowa side of things, Damo Wilson was great, and Joe Hansen as well was fantastic that quarter. The inside 50 count, guys, so it was 12-10 in favour of Wodonga that quarter. And we'll quickly go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World. JC Low Oval, it's 18-13. Yarrawonga lead Albury. Wangaratta Rovers 15-7 at the WJ Finlay Oval in favour of the Rovers. Lavington 9 to Wangaratta's 39, and Murderford 15 to Wodonga Raiders 1. Scott Montgomery on the boundary.
Yeah, boys, just a quick one. Both coaches were pretty happy with the start. Wodonga just spoke. They just can't collapse on the contest like they did early, so they've got to make sure they hold their width. And German was quite happy. Just thought they had to use the ball a bit better. Probably a bit too many handballs once the rain started coming down. And Cody Howard is done for the day, boys, with that hamstring.
Jeez, big news. Boundary side from Scott Montgomery. Cody Howard done for the day. Arguably the most instrumental player for the Roos across their back line. His day is done. As we get underway for the second quarter, thanks to Wodonga Pumps and Mowers, and Tommy Goodwin starts the proceedings with a big bomb inside forward 50. Melksham's got some work to do as he's in pursuit towards the boundary line. Spiteri looks like he's playing in defence. I didn't think he had a defensive bone in his body, Vaccaro.
That's got to be a mistake. He doesn't know what end they're going, surely.
Just very loosely down defence, boys.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to man up too often.
40 seconds have gone in the first quarter, or the second quarter, on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock. We'll bring the footy in 30 metres out from the Roos goal.
Yeah, it is, and it's Robinson who gets a decisive tap. They've got numbers back. Baker, who else? And out, sort of a check side kick was nice. Oh, swung around was Matty Wilson. He had to kick in a hurry. Gathered, picked up by Hanson, and Morrison just drops a chest mark very close to the boundary.
Just quickly on the
back in.
Sorry, Robbie. Just quickly on the 40-wing stat sheet too, boys. Getting the rub of the green, Corowa-Rutherglen at the moment. 10 free kicks to 3 as well on the 40-wing stat sheet, Gus.
Good pick up from you, Dan Vaccaro, pushing his case to be the best in the business.
Be a Wodonga stats man that says that stat.
Wilson from the clearance, kicks on goal, doesn't quite have the legs. Morrison marks on the goal line for the Wodonga Bulldogs and plays on quickly. Kicks in the Spiteri direction. He crumbs it nicely and finds his right boot down the line towards Taylor. Got a push in the back from Shield, but he marked the footy at the same time. Comes out broadcast side. It's a nice looking kick. It's a Barber who kicks down the line. Not his best kick. Trying to check that one to the boundary was Jet Cassidy. And we'll bring the football back into play. The Dogs lead 3-2-20 to the Roos 1-2-8 on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Indeed it is. It'll be flowing back in. Rain might have just stopped for the time being.
No, it hasn't, Robbie.
Sorry, it's hard to tell in this warm air.
It's lightened up, but it's definitely still coming down.
Apologies, Jamon. I'm probably not the best person to be commenting. We're in a nice, cosy position here.
I saw the heater was on up there too.
As Spiteri is knocked off the ball, and Barrett might have been who kicked it down to centre wing. And Robinson was over the back, couldn't gather, and it will be thrown back in. So Driscoll working nicely there to ensure that that ball went out of bounds. There's quite a contingent of the Driscoll family here today.
Plenty of Osborne beanies around, Big Mac.
The odd Osborne beanie as well. So
they're the ostrich edition as well, I think.
They are. He was born and bred in Euron Creek, Michael. And, of course, then he went and played a bit of footy at Osborne as Tommy knocks him out of the road. And coming through was Mimo. Got it. Clever tap. Jacob Barber over the back to Driscoll. How good was that? The kick was a beauty and it found Jewel at half forward.
The self-proclaimed Jewel stick is what he calls himself, and he kicks long inside forward 50. Cushit going back courageously. Jet Cassidy amongst the action for the Dogs. And kicking out of bounds in the full. Looks like it was Darcy Melksham. It's going to be a free kick here. It'll go the way of the Dogs. 60 metres out from goal. Kicking to the Pierce Street end. Looks like it's Jorgensen who brings the footy back into play. Kicks towards the hotspot, and Taylor, with an elite body and paint mark of the day, flew across the pack. And this is well and truly within his wheelhouse, 35 metres out on a slight angle.
Now, what does this remind you of? Geordie Taylor, the shot
don't
from here.
say it, Robbie.
Robbie. You'll have nightmares here.
Geordie will kick this one. It'll be the start of the just getting it through the system. What do you reckon, Gus?
Robbie's referring to when he missed the shot after the siren against the Albury Tigers last year.
Oh, don't.
Jordan Taylor from 30 metres out. Stick that up, you Big Mac! Geordie Taylor's nailed it from 35 metres out on a slight angle. And the Dogs, following a slow start, they've kicked 4 on the trot.
He's a free man now, Monty, for the Newmarket Hotel. He's got that off his back.
And I'll tell you what, you said he'd kick it, so he's lucky because normally you moz those boys from that sort of distance. But just 2 in a row now for Geordie Taylor. Sticky hands, and in these conditions when you take a grab at a full flight like that, just shows a bit of class, doesn't it?
Just around the grounds quickly, boys, for Mr. Stowe's Pool World. Yarrawonga 18 to Albury's 13. Rovers 16 to North Albury 7 at WJ Finlay Oval. At the Lavington Sports Ground, Wangaratta 39 to Lavington 9, and Murderford lead Raiders 15-1.
Yeah, there won't be a lot more scoring than that, probably going that Myrtleford and Raiders. Driscoll might give him the tap. Work cleverly in the middle of the ground there. Clayton kicks it into half forward. Here's a go for Redcliffe. Kick off the ground was clever. Here's a one-on-one on the goal square. Taylor did a little spin like Ronaldo. Here's Redcliffe. Off the right foot.
Yep.
He's kicked it through off the right foot. It spun at the top and it twisted inside the puddle. And he had time to turn around and tell a few of the young fellas from the Corowa-Rutherglen thirds, how about a bit of that, Gus McLeod?
My binoculars must be broken, Big Mac. I don't reckon that crossed the line, Monty.
The goal umpire.
Well, the goal umpire's closer than us, boys, so I'll go with him.
Gus, 24-point lead to the Bulldogs. Redcliffe has 3. 40 wing stats. What do you make of the start of this quarter, Dan Vaccaro?
Yeah, really good display by Wodonga. They've already gone inside forward 53 times, and they've won 2 centre clearances as well, so really positive start by Wodonga.
5-2-32 to the Roos, 1-2-8. CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And Lane gets a big left foot kick up towards true centre half forward, flying across the pack. Mattress Wilson at ground level. Comes across to Morrison. Got to get rid of it. Big tackle, Nastasi. Nastasi wrapped him up, and the umpire said holding the footy, and Bradkey selfishly played the advantage to himself. Mac Lavis gets the ball off the smothered kick. Robinson pinballing around. Working hard here is Pernag. Clears defensive 50, does the Wodonga Bulldogs up towards Jewel. Trying to keep this one alive. Happy to see the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. We'll go boundary side now. Scott Montgomery, Newmarket Hotel. Bradkey really didn't need to take advantage there.
That just probably shows the job that Charlie Morrison's doing on him. Probably hasn't touched the footy and thought here's a cheap goal for me, and probably not the smartest one in these conditions to do when you've got a shot from about 35 out, boys.
Yeah, so the rain's still coming down. It's not as heavy as we had around about the 20-minute mark of the first quarter, but it's still persisting. Tommy Goodman takes a front position, and now he's going to rove his crumbs. Tommy sat over the footy. He's hugged the ball. That ain't coming out. And a compassionate umpiring decision says, Tommy, I don't mind that, and I'm going to ball it up. Good on you, Buckets. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Gus, it's on the far side of the ground, 70 metres out from the Corowa-Rutherglen goal. They kicked the first goal of the game, Gus, but they now trail by 5 because the Bulldogs kicked the next 5.
The umpire will bring this one back into play. Scott Montgomery for the Newie.
Yeah, we're not going to trail by 4, Robbie, if they've kicked 5-1.
They've kicked the last 5, that's right.
Yeah, and you said they're up by 5.
Oh, well.
That's all right.
Yep. But if we have a look down the ground, boys, the Wodonga forwards have come right up the ground, just obviously with the wet conditions, heavy ball, they're playing right up the ground and trying to get it out the back as quick as they can.
I reckon they might have worked it out, Mont, when I said Cora kicked the first and they kicked the next 5, so I'll go with that.
We might get that one back during the week, I reckon, Robbie.
Cut that one up. Matty Griffiths back at O&M Live HQ.
Give you the tick, Matty. Thanks, mate.
It's a free kick going the way of the Dogs, and they bring it long down the line. Jules the target. Makes a good contest of it. On hands and knees, Tom Johnson being quiet by his standards as Gus Jones clears defensive lines. Kicks in the dual direction. Going back with the flight courageously. Was Corowa-Rutherglen. It's a free kick here, and I cannot work out what for.
He's paid holding the man.
Shield.
Paid holding the man, boys.
And he's come inboard. And the Roos are on here via lane. True centre of the Martin Parker Wodonga. Short kick in the Wilson direction. This is Cam. 60 metres out directly in front, kicks into the pocket, going back nicely was Driscoll. Really like how he's sagging out of the midfield, chopping the defenders out at full back.
He got a bit about him, Gussie, this boy. That's a good kick by Baker, and he finds Oscar Wilding in the pink boots on centre wing. It's a low kick, and it can't get through. Young fella on debut, young Lewis, kicks it, tumbles it. It goes okay to Damien Wilson, marks it inside the centre square, looks for big Tommy. He doesn't have to worry. Oh, that'll be 50, I reckon. It should be 50, and it is 50.
Mattress!
And Mattress Wilson, happy days, Father Christmas, call it what you like. He's going to kick from directly in front. In fact, there might not even be anyone on his mark. He's that far back, Gus.
He's no lock from here, though, Mattress.
He will kick it. And he'll listen to this and he'll say, get a bit of that, Gussie McLeod. As Mattress puts McLeod to sleep. And the Roos get their second goal. And they now trail it by 3 goals. Scott Montgomery for down the boundary to the Newmarket Hotel.
I'll tell you what, I've said something about Mattress over the years, but that's taken the cut, I reckon, there, Gussie. He was a metre out and you thought he might have struggled.
Poor old
I've heard it all.
He gets a goal, and that gets the Roos back in the game, Mont. They've probably started this quarter in a lot better fashion than they finished the first.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can just hear Peter German, who's next to me now. He's trying to get them to get it nice and deep. They're probably trying to play too much dry weather footy, so the message has gone out there to try and get it nice and long and direct instead of just kicking the short hit-ups.
One of the best blokes in the competition,
here
Matt
we
Wilson.
Go.
Keep digging that grave, Gussie boy.
The Dogs lead 5-2, 32 to the Roos, 2-2-14. CMV truck and bus scoreboard as we played 10 minutes in the second quarter for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. Jorgensen, hand over to Sharon. Mattress Wilson appeals for a free kick from a mile away, and Tommy Goodwin's on all hands and knees. Baker wrapped up in a tackle by Filipponi will ball the footy up right in the centre of the John Flower Oval.
You might get a bit of the Mickey Gibbons treatment from Mattress, Gus.
What's the Mickey Gibbons treatment?
You'd remember that earlier in the year. This one accidentally stepped on him or something. Ball comes to half forward. Kick off the ground by the Doggies was okay, but it falls away at Bradkey. There he is, Mattress. Gets another vital possession. Kicks it to half forward. Oh, Barrett just missed the chance. Mimo's handball was okay. Bradkey over the footy. Slung around. Good, clever tackle by Tommy Johnson. Now here's a chance for the Doggies. Jorgensen kicks the ball to the midfield. Gee, that's a good grab from Jewel. Jewel spots the runner, Gus. If he can pick it up and go here, sit for me. Matty Wilson from the Wodonga side kicks it across the ground to Cade Brown for Wodonga.
And he's bought himself a bit of time on the edge of the centre square. Sells a bit of candy, finds the right. Not his best kick inside forward 50. The Roos have numbers to clear defensively, but it's going to come back via Brown.
Great
Chip kick in the Mathy direction is good. And Josh Mathy marks 45 metres out. Call it directly in front.
Great kick, Gussie. A vision, and then to execute it in these conditions. Anything over 30 metres, to hit a target in these conditions is very good.
Now, Mathy's a big kick of the football, but the wet ball might be against him here.
Torpedo, I reckon.
Oh, geez. Big call, Big Mac.
Yeah, the old flat punt.
So it's Josh Mathy. This for the 6th for the Wodonga Bulldogs, kicking to the Pierce Street end. Call it directly in front. Should be playing high-level football, this kid. Doesn't quite have the distance. Kicks towards double the goal square, and Wilding sees it across the face for a minor score. The Dogs, 6-3. And the sponsors flashing up on the scoreboard always ruins our sponsor updates here on O&M Live, Big Mac.
Well, Gussie, I reckon that'll make the lead about 19 points. So, for the Doggies. And we have gone, what are we, 11 and a half minutes gone, second quarter action. The Roos now off half back, over the footy, have chance for a free kick. No, play on was a call. Numbers over the footy. Clever work, good kick there, might have been Melcham. Got the ball to half forward. Now here's Bradkey, he's found a little bit of space. A clever pickup, a good pickup. He's going to go deep. Oh, he can't get it over the head of Isaac Cassidy, who fennelled it on to Johnson. Back to Isaac Cassidy. Handball intercepted by Bradkey. Got a short one back now towards Barrett. Back to Lane. Jared Lane picks out what he likes, and that's the big barrel chest of Joey Hansen, and he marks 35 out, 45-degree angle. Good setup there from the Doggies. Monty for the Newmarket.
Yeah, boys. I don't know if Joe Hansen's ever been called barrel-chested before, but he'll take it, I reckon. But I reckon that kick might have been touched straight off the boot there from Jared Lane, but they'll take it inside 50, just able to chip their way through it there, Corowa, so it's really good. And Joe Hansen have a shot on goal about 25-30 out.
We are smack bang behind this one, Gussie McLeod, and Dan Vaccaro up in and out beautifully, 22 degrees commentary box.
No rain here either, Big
No
Mac.
rain up here. Joe Hansen to keep the Roos in it. Comes in, 35 out. The kick is to the left. Minor score. 2-3-15. Corowa-Rutherglen. The Bulldogs are 5-3-33. This is Wodonga Pumps and Mowers are action this quarter. And Dan Vaccaro, we're going to go around the grounds.
Yeah, we'll just go around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World, boys. So it's Yarrawonga at the moment, 18 to Albury's 14. Wangaratta Rovers, 29 to North Albury's 8. And then we go to Lovington, 16 to Wangaratta 46, and Murderford, 15 to Raiders 3.
Spencer, big clearing fist, gained about 20 metres. In the end, it goes out of bounds for a boundary thrown in front of the can bar here, I should say, at the Martin Park and Wodonga boundary side. Scott Montgomery, the newie.
Yeah, boys, as I said earlier, the Wodonga forwards are really high with Ethan Redcliffe, the only one inside the forward half, but he's probably only about 2 metres inside at the moment, so they're really trying to get up the ground and burn him out the back.
Mimo's handball is okay. It's going to work all right for him. Josh Clayton was good. Barber, good. Now, punching the ball nicely, Isaac Cassidy. His target was Jewel, went over his head, and it's marked by Spencer at half-back for the Roos. Kicks down the line, centre wing, half forward. Oh, good Driscoll. Fourth grab, fifth grab, got to pay it. He has, and Buckets agrees with me. No, you can't be an advantage when you mark the footy. And it's going to come back. So Mickey Driscoll has it at half-back. Oh, he told the play on, so he goes for the good old-fashioned barrel. Cushit was there. Claiming the mark was Jewel was fantastic. Now he's got Redcliffe, one out. The lead from Redcliffe. Can't beat his opponent from behind, which was young Lewis. Now it goes back to Redcliffe. Got a kick on it somehow. Rolling, rolling. Oh, goodness me. You will not see a better goal this year than that one from Ethan Redcliffe. He gets his fourth for the afternoon, but under the amount of pressure he was, he just got a boot on it. No one at home, and it dribbled through for a Sunjan Goal of the Year contender, Scott Montgomery. That takes the lead out to 4 goals by the Bulldogs. What about that?
Mate, he just threw it on the boot and hoped, I reckon, between, and it just got through the hands. And I'll tell you what a finish. Kick 4 now. He's been very dangerous, and they're going to have to try and find someone that can stick with him because he's just a bit too strong in the air for a couple of these smaller defenders that Corowa have sent to him so far.
I think the perfect matchup, well, there's 2 of them. One's on the boundary line with an ice pack on his hamstring.
Yep.
And the other one's playing in attack, Joe Hansen. Football goes back aloft in the centre of the ground. Good work from Tom Goodwin, but the Dogs have numbers and they prevail. They kick towards centre half forward, Redcliffe. He marks on the slide. 50 metres out directly in front. Congested forward line awaits.
You wouldn't rule him out. He might hit a barrel.
He plays on, arcs around, left foot kick. It's a pretty long kick. It's a straight kick. Falls the way of Spiteri, but Cade Cushett gets a fist and smashes it through for a minor score. So the Dogs lead 6-4-40 to the Roos. Just slowly chugging along Big Mac, with the margin drifts out to 25 points.
Just a quick one, boys, too. Cody Howard's gone back out and just playing forward just to give him that extra rotation on the bench. So obviously it's not as bad as first thought. The magnet was off the board at quarter time, but they have put him back out there just for that extra rotation.
I've already put a line through him, boys, on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Put him back on.
You remain on call these days, don't you? So, hey, Mont, that's the beauty. We're going to get a free kick here, I think, the Doggies. But that's the beauty of Ethan Redcliffe, isn't it? He's just so freakish. He can do that for you on his day.
Yeah, and he's a bit bigger than what you think too, like height-wise. So he's a bit more of a tall than a small.
Well, he'll be lurking around a goal square here as the ball comes in. It's a deep entry. It's out the back. Bit of fantastic work there from Geordie Taylor. Just couldn't quite get it over the head. A quick kick. Out the half-back for the Roos here. Swinging around was Jared Lane on his left foot. Got a handball to Filipponi. Back now onto Cameron Wilson. Hurry kick middle. Clean bowled. A young Venturoni out there at centre wing. Picked up by Morrison. Sweeping handball. Now might be Baker's going to bring the ball back into the middle of the field, and it is Driscoll who marks. True centre of the field, Gus, and what's a wobbly old kick. Might be chopped out here by the Roos.
It has been chopped out. Well done there by Pernag. Kick was smothered off the boot, but Howard, he's on one leg, but it's a pretty good leg as he kicks inside forward 50. The mark's been taken. Is it Barrett? I think it is, and he's too far to score. Had options presenting.
The Stars, he was in the goal square all by himself, boys. Just didn't quite see him early enough.
So it's Barrett, of course. He's played some pretty good level football.
Balranald boy, isn't he?
Balranald boy was going to play there this year, but travel commitment's a bit too much. Big Mac played a bit of VFL football, and the Roos more than happy to secure his services.
Him and Jolliffe were against each other at times last week. Both Balranald boys.
They bred him tough there. 45 metres out, 45-degree angle. It's a nice-looking kick.
Wow.
Barrett's got the third for the Roos. And the margin's back to 19 points on the C&V Truck and Bus scoreboard. You can burn your teammates, Monty, but you got to make sure you go back and kick them for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a beautiful kick. He obviously knew he had the distance, even with the heavy footy, so a really good finish there.
Really positive comeback here by Corowa, boys. So they're up to the 7 inside 50s this quarter. But it's on the back of Jared Lane. He's had a much better quarter than his first. He only had the 2 touches in the first quarter. He's contributed with 4, but his kicks have been really good and potent going forward. Cam Wilson and Damo Wilson with the 2 touches each as well. So good comeback by the Corowa-Rutherglen boys, but Wodonga's still in front.
Well, you can see why he went back with such confidence, can't you?
Beautiful kick.
Yeah, backed himself. That's what you're going to like, Gussie, is Spiteri gathers centre wing. Handball was okay to Clayton. Had to give up a lot of ground back to Dan Wortman. So it's a high up and under. Mayfield and Ayres. Ross Spiteri might have got one high from Big Tommy. Coming through now, Jorgensen. Kick off the ground by Mayfield was clever. Give him a stat for that because it went about 22 metres, Dan Vaccaro. And that means it'll be a boundary throw in. So Gussie for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. We have gone 19 minutes in this second quarter. And on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, it shows a 19-point lead to Wodonga, 6-4 to Corowa 3-3.
You reckon if the Roos can kick one more, maybe
Absolutely.
even 2 before half-time, this game will really open up. But Cassidy's going to have something to say about that. So's Baker. Put his head over the footy. Mathy gets amongst the action and exiting defensive lines is the Corowa-Rutherglen Footy Club as they kick long in the Bradkey direction. And I reckon it's a 40 winks disposal for our man, Scott Montgomery, for the Newie.
Yeah, it was clean too. One touch, straight back to the boundary umpire. No worries about it, boys.
Oh, jeez. Good on you, Pat. What about Panda last week?
You reckon that one will get a run?
Yeah, don't worry. There's a bit of head wobble there too, just quietly.
Panda scotting about his 15 or 20 touches for the week before.
What a daylight between 15 and 20, Big Mac.
Exactly. It's 25% Mayo, isn't it? You know, not bad. Here's Mayfield. Might have got a free kick. Play on was a call. There's a bit happening on behind the play there. Have a look. Jorgensen's handball. Barber was on a different page. Beautiful kick off the ground by Nastasi, but leading out in front of Morrison, in front of big Tommy Goodwin, and both the boys skid over the boundary line. That is Gussie Jones and Bradkey into the water, and there's been a push paid here against big Tommy. He thought, I can't catch you, I might as well make you earn it. Half back, we've gone 20 minutes. It's a 19-point lead to Wodonga.
He's been fantastic, boys, Charlie Morrison, this game.
Here's Gus McLeod.
Thanks, Big Mac from McRae Motors. Getting amongst the action here. He's Barber. Comes back inboard via Baker. He gets a kick in towards the centre of the ground. Cal Spencer just hacks it on the boot inside forward 50. Johnson backs back with the flight. Working hard is Driscoll in defence. Filipponi chases the football for the Roos. He's got a couple to beat, but the Dogs prevail via Driscoll. Kicks down the line. Works out okay here for Cassidy. The umpire said, he took that out of bounds, son, and we'll bring it back into play. 60 metres out from the Roos goal. The Dogs 6-4-40, the Roos 3-3-21. 21 minutes gone, second quarter action for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers.
Well, Monty was telling us famously before the game there, he once won the goal kick in the Corowa-Rutherglen 2s with seven Mont. What was your best haul for the year?
I reckon I kicked 3 or 4 too, actually. I think I kicked 3 on Paddy Murray one day. So
that's not a feat, is it?
No, it's not really. It just didn't get down there enough. Otherwise, it could have been 10. It would have been on Paddy, but, you know.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, that's half my goals in one game, Robbie, if you think about it.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah, must be some lean ones in between them.
There was a lot of days when no one kicked a goal for Corowa 2s back then, so...
All right, well, back here at the Martin Park is 40-19. Corowa-Rutherglen trail Wodonga. It's Mayfield's tackle as the ball went straight to him. A little bit of stalemate. Almost 22 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock. And what do you got stats-wise for 40 winks, Dan Vaccaro? Anything that's going to make us jump out of our seats?
Pretty even affair this quarter, Robbie, on the 40 wink stat sheet. So it's 10 inside 50s apiece. Angus Baker continues great work with 6 touches.
Good work there. That's Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks. As with Wodonga, they try to work it out of their Gus, but it ain't going to happen. Although there is a whistle, and free kick's going to go the way of the Roos at half-back. And it looks like it might be Cal Spencer, is it down there?
No, little Lewis, I reckon, boys.
Little Lewis.
The debutant. Chip kick over the top to Shield. Sat up in the air a long time, but Jack was equal to the task. Switches the football. This is Spencer, but Redcliffe waits in the wings. Got a vital fist in at the crucial moment. The Roos have got to be quick here, and they clear defensively. Up to Damo Wilson, his 40 wings, Dan Vaccaro.
That's his 13th touch, boys.
And he kicks down the line, and he kicks okay to Sandrell. Nastasi needs to find a bit of space, and he gets it now. Shimmies and shakes and kicks inside forward 50. It's a high up and under in the Tommy Goodwin direction. The Dogs have numbers, and they get a big fist out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Gee, you'd like to have 2 or 3 Charlie Nastasi's in your side. Whenever he gets the footy, you just get a sense of excitement he's going to turn the game.
And he's got the ability to get metres, Gus. He pumps the ball long. And just really good work by Cal Spencer down there at half-back, where he defended the ball too. He kept it out of harm's way with Redcliffe lurking. Barber through traffic. Handball was okay. Quick kick by Baker towards the middle of the ground. Good grab taken by Ayres for Corowa-Rutherglen. He'll get the ball back inside forward 50. Kick to Howard. He had to stretch, and that's awkward at the moment. Baker's handball over the top to Josh Clayton was good. Evaded one. He'll give it back to Baker. So a little bit of 1-2 going on here. Baker's kick's going to be good. It's a good grab taken by young Reece Venturoni, and he kicks across the ground, Gus, but it's a dangerous one.
It's a really dangerous one. Spencer did well to get amongst the action. A hip and shoulder come from Nastasi. The Dogs have numbers. It's Cassidy. Handballs over the top to Wortman. Wants the 1-2, and Robinson waits in front of him. Spiteri needs a clean bounce, gets it, but his handball was poor. Well done by pickup here inside forward. He goes Lewis on debut. Cassidy shimmies and shakes, has to be clean. Fumbles on Nastasi, can get amongst the action. Venturi kicks off the ground. Going to work is Jorgensen and Cam Wilson. Umpire wants a stoppage. We'll throw the footy up 55 metres out from the Roos goal.
He's done well, young Lewis Mont of Newmarket.
Yeah, he's been really good, hasn't he, boys, in a few instances already. He won the footy, and he's been given the big job. He went to Redcliffe when he went back, and he's now playing on Spiteri on a wing.
So Jorgensen paddles it. Courageous Cam Wilson. He should get a free kick because the secondary tackle was high. Not to matter. Clayton bumps the ball half forward. Spitteri's there. Ayres can't gather the footy. Geez, that was clever work there by Wilding. Intercepted by Lewis. We just spoke about him. Kick to half forward. Filipponi been a little bit quieter today. Haven't had as much opportunity. Ball sits. It's in. Oh, he's got a ping one. He
almost went over too. The umpire there, Big Mac. He had the ice skates on.
And Damien Wilson plays on immediately and passes the ball to Jared Lane, who I think, and you're going to love this, Mont.
Oh no!
He is one of the most reliable kicks for goal in the Ovens of Murray.
So what are we saying about this one, Robbie?
I say he will kick it.
Oh no! I feel sorry for Jared.
When you're on, you're on. Robbie might be on today. You never know.
His conditions,
Lane,
aren't they?
85 metres out. Comes
in.
Robbie. Kick on the way.
Robbie.
And he's pushed it to the
85 metres
he's
out.
He's missed it. Laney, I backed you all the way, son. Then he's kicked it to the right-hand side.
No.
I'm back in form. Oh, that
You're
would
back.
It would have been a handy one too, Mont. It would have just got him within about 2 goals nearing half-time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably one they need, but they're back on here, boys.
Certainly is. Well spotted there. Wilson handballs in towards a bit of space. Filipponi says, get out of my way with it, don't argue. In trying to find Filipponi. Gets amongst the action, high up and under kick, but it falls the way of Bradkey, who dropped a mark he should have taken. Getting amongst the action here is Saunders. And there's a free kick in the whistle. It's going to go the way of the Roos for a high chop. And is it coming back here for Saunders?
Yeah,
I think
Saunders,
it is.
Yep.
Very demonstrative, wasn't it? Hey, what's that free kick count for 40 wing stats you got there, Dan?
Yep, so the 40 wing free kick count is 14-7.
In favour of
Corowa. Sorry, Robbie.
Yep.
Saunders from 45 metres out, starts on line, fades late to the goal line and tapped through by the Dogs for a minor score. So the margin back to 17 points, favouring the Dogs. We're about 26 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Second quarter, Wodonga pumps and mowers.
Geez, I'd love to pitch one here late. Spencer, another good fist, falls away of Robinson. Good hands, got it to Lewis. Back now to Saunders. Kick was intercepted by a hand by Baker, but it was picked up by Clayton. Pumps it to half forward. Cushit missed the chest mark. Airs over the footy. Shoveled it back to Cushit. Cushit palmed it cleverly to Mac Lavis. Midfield. Falls away now of Wilson for Wodonga.
3-on-1.
Kicked it to half forward. Redcliffe. Redcliffe's mark. Spitteri's on his own in the goal square. And I think go back and have a shot. That's what he's going to do. He just couldn't get up quick enough in the conditions. Hey, and he's good enough, this kid, to go back from... He's going to have to kick it from around about 50 metres. But there's something about this lad.
He'll play on Big Mac and probably gain an extra 2 or 3 metres arcing around to his left.
He'll go to his left. He's kicked 4 already. He's kicked 4 of the 6 goals. After the siren, Ethan Redcliffe! You little beauty! He turns to the grandstand and says, that's 5, baby. Yes, 5 big goals. A massive finish there for the Wodonga Bulldogs, and they'll take a 23-point lead into half-time. 5 goals. Ethan Redcliffe, who came into the game as a late replacement today for Ollie Greenhill.
I'll tell you what, some inclusion. He's donning the glove as well, Ethan Redcliffe. And a great call from McRae Motors from Robbie McKinlay on O&M Live. The half-time score sees Wodonga 7-4-46 to the Roos 3-5-23. The Elders Rural half-time show coming your way next. You're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Grounds Up Building Products.
Clear.
All your building needs.
What a clinic he's putting on.
Shit.
Young fellas on the cans, look at them.
I know the timing's probably not right, but I reckon...
Hey. He's freakish. He's sort of got that freakish... If he's on, he's on. Yeah.
And we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with Go TAFE.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY, we're your local.
Cora probably had 5 or 10 minutes in that second quarter, but then obviously that late goal to Ethan Redcliffe probably just swung the whole quarter back in Wodonga's favour. It's a really, really tight tussle. They just haven't got anyone that can go with Redcliffe. He's kicked 5 of the goals for Wodonga, and it's really shown that he's going to be the game winner today. And at this stage, the way the conditions are and the way that both teams are playing, I think it's going to be a hard one to come back from.
Dan, let's have a look at the 40 wing stat sheet.
Yeah, thanks, Gussie. As we go through the 40 wing stat sheet, so the free kick count was 7 to 14 that quarter. The inside 50s, 22 apiece, boys, that half. So dead even in that regard. Probably describes the lack of polish that probably Corowa are missing is the deficit at the game today. Josh Clayton was very good that quarter. He had the 70s at 11 for the game. Angus Baker leading the possession getters on the field with 19 that half. Jacob Barber's been really solid with 11. Josh Matthew with the 9 touches. Matt Wilson being quiet with 4. As we move over to the Corowa side of things, Cam Wilson's been really good with 10 touches. Damo has been fantastic, especially in that first quarter. He had 11, but he's had 15 for the game. Jared Lane has had 7 for the game. Cody Howard came back on late that quarter. He's contributed with 7 as well. And Joe Hansen with the 10 touches.
Joe Hansen, he's been swung around a bit all over the place, hasn't he, Mont?
Well, he's been going through the middle as well, too, so it's a really, really tough one for him. I think his job at the start of the day at half forward, he looked really lively and really dangerous, and then they've had to throw him back and through the middle. Obviously, Cody Howard going out of the game. I know he's back in there, but really he's out of the game. We've seen the ball go forward a couple of times in his direction, and he just can't get out of a canter, really, so he's just out there more to fill a hole, so they've still got their full rotations off the bench, but yeah, I think the injury to him means Joe Hansen's getting thrown around a lot because they don't have a lot of options. They're a bit skinny with a few guys that have had to come in today.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Monton. Yeah, Joe Hansen was really quiet that quarter. He only had the one touch. He had 9 in the first quarter, so he's had to go back and do what's necessary for the team.
Interesting. Dan, we'll go around the grounds. Mr. Stove's Pool World.
Yes, we will, Gussie. So, at the JC Low Oval, it's Yarrawonga losing to Albury 19 to Albury's 35. At the WJ Finlay Oval, it's Wangaratta Rovers 38 to North Albury's 16. Good tip there, Mont. As we go to Lavington
Sports
Sports
20
Ground,
points. That's pretty good at halftime.
As we go to Lavington, it is Lavington's 25 to Wangaratta's 77. And McNamara Reserve, Myrtleford 36, plays Wodonga Raiders 3. Couldn't imagine the conditions be too good at McNamara Reserve.
No, definitely. Can I just clarify? When I tipped North Albury, Kreza gave me an 8-goal start, so 48 points, I'll take that. I'm bloody not far away. So
not too far off the pace. A bit of netball updates for you, thanks to Ray White Rural. Full-time, an emphatic win from the Yarrawonga Pigeons over the Albury Tigers, 52 to 27. Wangaratta have stunned Lavington in the A-grade netball, and they're currently holding a 4-goal lead with just minutes to go in that contest there, which is really big as we shape up towards finals. Myrtleford and the Raiders playing out a strong game. The Raiders getting the chocolates there by 4 goals, and North Albury have scared off a red-hot Wangaratta Rovers to win by 2 goals. And first versus second at the back here at the Martin Park. The Roos currently holding a 30-goal lead over the Dogs.
First versus second, did you say?
First versus last.
I was about to say, first versus second. I don't know if Wodonga are going that well. They've only won in 300, what was it, 38 games or something?
1,150
Yeah, whatever that stat was Robbie had for us the other week.
First versus last, my apologies.
Last, yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, that Wangaratta result in the netball,
massive, isn't it?
If they can hold on there, that'll stun the competition.
It opens everything up, doesn't it? That top 4 probably now, if Wang were to win that one, a massive chance with Corowa girls losing a few along the way. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting A-grade final series, I think.
Absolutely. What's the key changes to today's game here that we need to see? I think it's quite obvious for mine. Someone's got to go to Redcliffe and do a number on him.
Yeah, well, that's all that Peter German was yelling on the bench. Give me someone that can stay goal side of him, because you could see he just gets him up the ground, doesn't he, and then charges really hard back. And even that mark he took to kick that goal really late then in the second quarter, it was a 3-on-1. There was just no Corowa defenders around. So, as I said a couple of times during the call, they're getting really high, the Wodonga forwards, and then they're just getting it over the back and trying to get back as quick as they can, and then just reacting so much quicker than the Corowa boys. And whether it's Corowa sucking towards the football or just being so reactive, or maybe they just haven't got the leg speed, but I don't know what it is, but they're going to have to make sure, just sit that 5 metres behind your opponent maybe, and if he takes a chest mark in front of you, well, you give that to him up on the wing, but it's better than being beaten out the back where they're running towards a goal and it's a lot more dangerous.
I couldn't agree more, Mont. And I think the other thing too, just to the naked eye, I think Wodonga are playing the conditions a little bit better. I think they've got a little bit more polish going through the ground as what Corowa probably do, and that's, I think, the difference of that 3-4 goals is I think the polish in the wet weather has been a little bit better by Wodonga. You've got things like, you're still hitting up Jewel, who's taken a few good marks at that centre half forward.
Geordie Taylor took 2 really good grabs in that
Jordan
quarter.
Taylor has just clunked his marks a little bit better. You've got like Isaac Cassidy, who I actually think has been really good that quarter as well. They're just a little bit cleaner and a little bit more polished with the footy as well.
Now, I tend to agree. As we go around the grounds to Mr. Stowe's Pool World, a couple of those games really can keep a closer eye on Albury versus Yarrawonga. What's the update there, Dan?
So at the JC Low Oval, it is Albury 35 to Yarrawonga's 19. So Albury's doing a little bit of a number on those boys at the moment.
16 points for Yarra is probably not a lot, really, when they've got the strike power they do have forward.
And this is the thing that I reckon was potentially going to expose Yarrawonga. When they play against the big sides, they're very Lee Williams-centric.
Yep.
In the rain, could that come to bite them on the bum?
Well, absolutely. We saw when he missed those few games with the back injury, that Von Felder and Koopman really come to life, didn't they? They were kicking goals, 2s and 3s each week, and then their midfielders, Fothergill, Gibbons, they were hitting the scoreboard as well, whereas once Williams come back, it was sort of all about Williams, and if he didn't kick it, it was bouncing out of there pretty quickly because I feel their forwards probably don't put the defensive pressure on that you'd expect from the smaller mid-sized forwards, so it's probably something they really need to look at going forward.
I tend to agree. Keeping an eye on the 40-wing stat sheet as well, Dan, the impact of Joe Hansen. We saw what he did in the first quarter when he went forward, Monty. He's now gone into defence, putting your coach's hat on. Where are you throwing the skipper in this second half?
I'm putting him forward again. Kalen Breakey has been non-existent today, so they need someone else to just take the pressure off him, and then all of a sudden they might open it up for Kalen and maybe get on the end of a couple, but they need that other option because really Jared Lane took a couple of marks inside 50, which Robbie mozzed him on, but I think he's been the only other one, but they need him through the middle because he's had a pretty good day going through there as well, so they just need that extra big forward, which I think Joe Hansen can play that role, a bit of a hybrid role, and I think as he showed in the first quarter, he can do it. He's clean below his knees and he's clean in the air. So probably that's the option. Keep him forward, let him go through him a bit more rather than trying to go through Bradkey a lot.
Just on the Bradkey scenario at the moment, just how good's Charlie Morrison been this half? Monty, I know you were probably hovering around the coaches' huddles and stuff at quarter time. Was anything said and was there any kudos to Charlie Morrison? He's a very underappreciated player.
Yeah, big time. Him and Big Driscoll both got really big raps from Geordie Taylor at quarter time. So just playing their role. Charlie Morrison, he said you made one mistake, but you made up for it, which was the one where he got back really hard and defended from front on, which was really good in that first quarter. But apart from that, he's been hasn't made a mistake yet, Charlie Morrison, so he's been really good.
Do you throw Bradkey into the ruck potentially, and for the
I'd nearly play him as a midfielder. Why not play him as a midfielder? Let him just run through. Maybe send Jared Lane forward. Just changes up a little bit.
He's got the tank.
Yeah, well, it doesn't even have to be for long. Just for 2 or 3 minutes. Let him get his hands on the footy because that can be something. If you're a centre-half forward and you're not touching the ball, to actually get your hands on the footy can just change your whole mindset. You get 2 or 3 easy touches because no one man's up through the middle, really, let's be honest. So, he'll feed off the little Wilson boys or they can feed off him and just might be an option to do. Just throw him through there for 2 or 3 minutes and then charge forward if all you got. You might just find yourself with a bit of a mismatch if a midfielder follows you.
Yeah, good call.
The Dogs are back on the ground, and that's the Elders Rule halftime show done and dusted. We're going to bring you the big second half on the other side of the break. You're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
And we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with Go TAFE.
Did someone say KFC? I don't care.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan. With a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY, we're your local.
Live on 2AY.
Welcome back to the Martin Park in Wodonga, not too far away from the third quarter getting underway. Thanks to Agboss, the Dogs hold a 7-4-46 lead over the Roos, 3-5-23. Dan Vaccaro, Scott Montgomery, myself, Gus McLeod, and for McRae Motors, here's Robbie McKinlay on O&M Live.
And here's Tom Goodwin, and here's Michael Driscoll. They're going to go at it again, start the second half. Coming through was Mafey, got one high, right in for, oh, Tommy, be careful, that might be 50. No, it won't be. And Tommy, because he's such a good bloke, he bluffed his way out of that one, I reckon, Mont.
Bit of a word,
Or
Smith.
he didn't hear it. So, he's a nice guy, Big Tommy, and he might have got away with one there. Mafey, he'll take the ball inside forward, 50. Looks like Ayres has gone on to Redcliffe. He kicked 5 in the first half. Penag was good. Got a handball to Lewis. Gee, I've been impressed with that lad. And he kicked it over there to Mattress Wilson. Dan Wortman intercepts on centre wing for the Bulldogs, though. Short kick finds Geordie Taylor. Too far out to score. 75 metres out, Taylor. Swings around on the left foot. Kicks it long. Target there was Wilding. Over the back it goes. Swing and a miss. Kick off the ground. Miss Spiteri was there. Couldn't gather on the first bite. Couldn't get it on the second one. Coming through hard. Oh, kick off the ground by Barrett was a little bit dangerous. That one hit Tommy Johnson fair in the shin. And they just can't get it out of there, Gussie. I think it might be balled up. Now it might come out. It does come out. Wodonga get it. And Mafey takes a good grab. Kicks it high up and under. Sitting under it. Punching away was Mattress Wilson. Wilson went through hard. He's still going at it, Mattress. Here comes Filipponi through traffic and punts it long.
And the Roos are away inside forward. 58 and Stasi to get amongst the action. He pushed Wortman in the back and the umpire said there's nothing in it. They all fell over like 10-pin bowling pins. And in the end, he found the free kick that was probably the last one there. And that was a kicking in danger against Joe Hansen. The Dogs prevail via Wortman into the right back pocket. It's a long kick from Morrison. It's a nice looking kick in the Matt Wilson direction for the Dogs. He plays on it, true centre wing, far side of the Martin Park, and kicks long down the line to a contest. Jet Cassidy and Jordan Taylor are the targets. It spills out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Third quarter action on O&M Live thanks to Peter Bowen Holmes, 46-23. The Dogs lead at the 2-minute mark of the third.
Let's get to negotiate the big post here in the grandstand, Gussie, and I think I've got it. So I'm on the right-hand side of the post. Now I go to the left. And the Doggies go inside forward 50. Now there's a whistle. Is it Van? No, it's going to come back. It's got to come back.
He's paid a throw, boys.
Yeah, a little throw in there.
Against Geordie Taylor.
And the free kick is going to come the way of the Roos. Is this maybe a little bit more substantial in mine? It's not going to be a 50, is it? It's come back to the middle of the ground.
Sun's out too, Big
There's a
Mac.
bit of indecision there between the two umpires, I think, Mont. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I think it's going to be where he's paid it. I just don't think he was quite sure where his positioning should have been.
This is a bit...
So now he's come back. Yeah. Look where Geordie Taylor just keeps going and going. Jeez, he's played that well, Geordie. That's the old fox, isn't it?
I love that. That's good stuff.
I reckon he's still got 5 metres too, boys.
You can't pay for that sort of stuff. Jack Shield, he kicks it to centre wing. Tommy Goodwin from behind. And he might have infringed. He has. So free kick's going to go away. The doggies, Gus. Centre wing. And it's going to go, looks like Michael Driscoll.
Kicks down the line, not his best kick on the half volley. I think it's Baker out wide. Comes back to Driscoll. Kicks long down the line. Contest forms. Gus Jones went through his mitts with a slippery Sharon. Here's a go now for the Roos. Coming through the centre of the John Flower Oval towards true centre half back. Mopping up nicely is Morrison for the Dogs. Kicks forward, Jules the target. Marks on the second bite of the cherry. 55 from home into the pocket. It's a nice looking kick. And has he paid the mark? I think he has. Went the required journey. It's Matt Wilson in the pocket, who marks 40 metres out on a slight angle. Probably just on 15 metres there, Big Mac.
Well, if Matt Wilson from Corowa-Rutherglen's the mattress, what do we call this bloke? The sleeping bag or the... What are you going to give him?
I had a Finley. Oh, he's a boy from Finley. And they breed him pretty tough out there. Matt Wilson for the Dogs. Kicks on goal. And it's to the near side for a minor score. So the Dogs are 7-5, 47 to the Roos, 3-5, 23. It's on the Ag Boss scoreboard.
Shane Crawford country out there at Finley.
Billy Brownless.
Yeah, no, he's more jewellery, Billy.
Okay.
Yep. Here's Tommy. Tommy will get a free kick here. An advantage rule played. Jared Lane was good. If this gets out of the back here, Lane's a chance. Good work by Dan Wortman. He'll go boundary side. He did. Now that's got to be... It's out of bounds in the full.
I'm going to see how the goal umpire has not watched it.
No, and the boundary umpire is way back. Well, it's either way, wasn't it?
Field umpires paid deliberate here, Big Mac.
Well, that's a good result. And this might suit Charlie Nastasi. He reckons he's half a show here. He'll just run around on his left there. He's orchestrating how he's going to do this. He's got those young lads from Corowa-Rutherglen, quite a contingent of them there. Long. Here comes Charlie, runs around and he bangs it through for a beauty. Sundan goal of the day. Never in doubt for Charlie Nastasi. And the Roos get a very valuable one that puts them 17 points down. Start of the third quarter. Nastasi has 2. Gus is telling me to do something else.
No, he's definitely got 2, Big Mac. I wouldn't be telling you that. And I'll tell you what, that's the spark Nastasi can add to this Corowa-Rutherglen team, Mont.
Absolutely, and it's exactly what they needed. Got a bit lucky there for Wortman kicking, getting done for deliberate, but what a finish by Nastasi on that left foot. He's been pretty lively when he gets in his area today, so I bet you they love having him back.
Yeah, they certainly would.
He'd be a superstar on a top 3 side, Charlie Nastasi.
Wouldn't he ever? True, genuine small forward. Back aloft in the centre. Cassidy, head over the Sharon, left it behind, the Roos clear, up towards centre half forward. Barrett makes a good contest. Free kick and a whistle here. It's going to go the way of the Dogs. They go out Les Cheesley's side. True centre wing now via Jewel. Kicks down the line. Nice looking kick. Looks like it's young Jet Cassidy, who's marked 70 from home. Umpire calls him to play on, so he kicks into the pocket, into a bit of no man's land. Matt Wilson for the Dogs finds his left boot towards the top of the goal square. Under the pressure here are the Roos. Redcliffe's lurking. Umpire saves the Roos and says we'll ball the footy up at the top of the goal square.
He makes supporters excited and opponents nervous, doesn't he, Ethan Redcliffe? He just loves that sort of situation. Buckets throws it up. And here's a chance for Ayres for Corowa-Rutherglen. And Matty Wilson was pretty smart there. He knew that if he touched it, he'd probably have to deliberately put it out, so he let it go over his head.
I reckon he might have even just headed it then, boys. I reckon it's skinned the top of that the little afro he's got rolling with.
Is that a falcon or a headbutt?
He didn't want a bar of it, did he? Really, in the end of it, he played it all right, the mattress, who Gus McLeod earlier in the day said he would miss from 2 metres out. Extraordinary stuff from Gus.
Said he wasn't a lock.
It wasn't a lock. I read it a different way, didn't you, Mon?
I definitely did, but I was with Gus in a half a sort of way because Matty Wilson, who knows if it's going to hit the foot or not.
Boundary throw and he'll come back into play.
They're right into it here too, boys.
Yeah, there's a bit
it's going to be a free kick here.
I reckon Buckets did well. Pick out a free kick there. Just get that little bit of niggle out of the game, Gus.
Oh.
Wilson, horrible kick. Don't reckon it left the surface, to tell you the truth. Diving on top of the football.
Ping him too. He's going to ping him.
He's going to pay holding the footy. Is it Filipponi at the bottom of the pack? Tommy Goodwin.
It's the Man Mountain.
I only saw a head bearing similar haircuts. And it's a free kick to the dual stick.
You're saying Hayden's got a bigger head as Tommy Goodwin?
Same haircut, I'm saying. Both very good consumers of very best. Similar frames. I think Tommy would take that. Here's the dual stick, 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle to the top of the goal square. Contest flies, Cushit. Got a fist, but there's a free kick. It's going to go the way of the Dogs. Not sure who it's against. Might be against Mac Lavis.
It's going Oscar Whiting, boys.
And Wilding will get the free kick. Call it point-blank range, pretty much directly in front. Oscar Wilding, the free kick recipient. Looks like it's against Cushit. Wilding from point-blank range comes in and dobs it for the Dogs. Gives the big double cobra.
I don't know if Oscar should be doing the double cobra too often.
Not a hell of a lot of meat behind those double cobras there, but plenty of work for the young fella improving. Dan Vaccaro, 40 winks.
Yeah, so that's their 6 inside 50 this quarter, the Dogs. So they haven't been exactly super potent going forward with the one score, and Corowa have gone forward twice with a goal scored as well, so they're a little bit potent going forward this quarter. But we'll quickly go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World. So JC Low Oval, Yarrawonga 19 to Albury's 36. Rovers 56 to North Albury's 16. 31 plays 78 between Lavie and Wang in favour of Wangaratta, and 48 to 3 Murderford lead Raiders.
Very good, Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks. If he's not giving us a stat, he's giving us an around the ground update.
Lost the footy here too, boys. So just a little bit of a hold up.
I hope. Would they take that out of Oscar's match payments, Monty, potentially?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, there's
not much
good,
to take
good
out,
$180 bucks. That's probably that's probably a couple of weeks worth.
Now, Sprinkles Freak was telling me during the week that there's some conjecture about the correct pronunciation of his name. Someone said it's maybe Wilding.
Well, we had, with all due respect, I don't know who he was. Someone threw their head in the box and goes, "It's bloody Wilding." But we asked Oscar and he said Wilding.
Yeah.
So.
It's Oscar Wilding.
We'll go with Oscar's whatever he thinks, don't we?
Well, I think it's Oscar's name, so I think
he should know it.
It's like Marnus Labuschagne, the cricketer. Labuschagne. There's 3 or 4 ways to pronounce it. Enough of that crap. The footy's back on. He's the Big Mac from McRae Motors.
He nicked out for a golden duck in the Brisbane comp last night, Marnus. Here goes Driscoll. Pumps it inside forward 50. Look at this. Oh, he nearly got another crack at it. Redcliffe is lurking. And Shilga applies the tackle. Corowa going to a free kick here. They will. Free kick's going to go the way of Cade Cushit. Kicks the ball to half-back. And Lane secures the ball, plays on Gus, pumps it off the left foot. Oh, Tommy threw the big chest at it, and his hand spilled it, and it spills free, and Wodonga should defend from here, Gus.
That they should do, Big Mac, but pressure comes. Wrapped up in a big tackle there was Clayton. Good hands from the Dogs, but chopping up nicely across the half-back flank is Ayres. A low chiseler inboard. It works out okay. Saunders, the former Wangaratta Magpie. 1-2 with Shield, whose kick was turned over and the Dogs are away. Taylor's the target. The coach, Jordan, palms it in front of himself. Cavalry arrives for the Dogs. Good tackle applied by Mac Lavis, and the umpires found a free kick. Or a dump tackle. I thought he was going to play holding the footy.
Well,
no, it's carried on, and he's paid a 52, boys.
Oh, Youngie's Venturoni's going to be the one who's going to benefit from Gussie.
And it's going to be pretty much, Robbie, from 35 metres out on a slight angle. So ill discipline from Corowa-Rutherglen. And Venturoni, hands on the Sharon here for the Dogs.
They're quick onto the free kicks, aren't they, boys?
It was a meek 50, though, wasn't it? I wouldn't want him selling me real estate.
40?
Or 38.
There's a couple that you'd want to buy some property off Big Mac. I reckon we saw one for the Albury Tigers this year. It was a good 75.
I reckon Buckets paid one the other week. It was about 65 too.
Venturoni, 35 metres out on a tight angle. It straightens. It's got the legs and it's through the big sticks for a goal. The Dogs have got 9. They increase the margin to 30 points. And Corowa, they need to find a spark and they need to find it quick. Third quarter action for Ag Boss as we go boundary side to Monty for the Newie.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Gus. They need to find a spark soon because otherwise this game could be all over. Obviously, 29 points halfway through this third quarter. It's going to be hard to find 5 or 6 goals in the last quarter, so they need to get a couple early. Otherwise, it could be all over by three-quarter time here.
Now, Monty, for our good folk listening through 1494 2AY, give us a bit of an update on the weather. It's quite positive.
Perfect. The sun's out, boys. It's starting to wipe a little bit. The ground's still not in great nick after the shower in that second quarter, but tell you what, boys, it's a great day for footy now.
Look at Robinson. He won the tap. He mopped up. Kick a goal, young fella. He kicks it towards Tommy. Tommy got knocked off the footy by Jacob Barber, and Barber kicks it down the line looking for Clayton. and Georgie Sandrell, and the ball's gone out for a boundary throw-in. Not too far away from Monty down there for Newmarket.
And that was Charlie Morrison that won that contest at fullback again then, boys, against Tommy Goodwin, so he's having a ripping day down there.
So boundary throw-in.
He'll be a contender for our
Anytime fitness. So football comes back into play right in front of the best cameraman in the business, Travi Cartwright, filming today's coverage on Optus O&M TV. Free kick.
Sling tackle again, boys.
It's going to go the way of Cam Wilson for the Roos. He's 40 Winks disposals, Vax.
Cam Wilson, this will be his 12th touch, Gus.
Darts the ball inboard. Nice looking kick. Finds Barrett. Umpire said it wasn't the required 15, so he switches the football. Hanson's on the overlap and gets ignored. The Roos go inside 450 to the top of the goal square, and Tommy Goodwin, he had to labour to even get involved in that contest. In the end, the kick didn't favour him. The Dogs have numbers via Mimo, and they exit defensive 50.
Yeah, they do. Now it'll be Cade Brown who gets on the end of the handball from Renciarani, and it's going to be the Doggies will take it from centre wing. They lead it by 29 points. Pumped in towards half forward. Jack Shulg from behind. Almost got it on the third bite there. Jordan Taylor, hurry kick. Here's Redcliffe, gets the ball in hand. He does a little high up and under chip towards Jorgensen, but Illy Nastasi's there, and Nastasi takes the mark. Gussie, the kick's a dangerous one. Wortman chopped it out, got it onto Redcliffe. Redcliffe will go long. Goal square open. Ball rolling. It rolls to the right, and it's through for a minus score. So his first minus score for the day, Ethan Redcliffe. Gussie's got 5 goals, 1.
Pretty good goal kicking for the man who's wearing a golf glove, we believe, Scott Montgomery for the Newie.
Yeah, I saw it earlier when he was on the bench, boys. It's definitely not a traditional footy glove. It is something you'd be taking off to have a putt at the Wodonga Golf Club, I reckon.
Hanson kicks in from fullback and he links up with Bradkey across the right half back for the Roos. Low chiselling kick in the Wilson direction. Wasn't the best. Smashed into his biceps and across the boundary line for a throw-in. So the Dogs lead 9-6-60 to Corowa-Rutherglen 4-5-29. It's on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard as the clock just ticks over 15 minutes. Third quarter for Agboss.
Well, of course, he'd had a bit of protection for that injury he'd had. He's missed the last couple of games through it. I think it was a cut hand. And so he will be looking to protect that as much as anything. Gus, not to get
fencing
infected.
Incident, I feel.
A fencer, is he?
No, he's involved in some fencing.
Oh, okay. Failed to negotiate the fence in the... Oh, the umpire's down! Oh, have a look at him. And he has not missed a beat. He got up, he looked like Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a goal and celebrating at the corner post. He slid on his knees and he put his hands up. He looked at Monty and he said, I'm okay. What about that, Monty? How about that for a bit of flair? I think it's young Paddo out there.
It is Paddo, yeah. We did lock eyes too when he said it to me, so...
There you go. Clever by Clayton over to Baker. Sorry, it was Isaac Cassidy gave the handball off originally, and now here's Marks at half back. Paddo's got his balance. He was like a cat. He just got straight back up at his feet, Gus.
It was elegant as the ball comes in board to Damien Wilson. His 40 Winks disposals, Dan.
This is his 17th now, Gussie.
And put him down for an 18th with a torpedo punt in the Mattress direction.
Oh, look out.
Wilson's got an open goal square. Mattress plays on. What are you doing, Mattress? Oh, Mattress. Go back and kick the shot, mate. Back yourself in. Whenever in doubt, Big Mac, always back self-interest. And that's what Mattress should have done on that occasion.
Well, I think there was a fair bit of self-interest there. What do you think, Mont? Here's Jared Lane. That's a thumping quick kick, top of the goal square. Oh, Morrison, outstanding.
He's been so good today, boys.
He's been good. We've had him down back. We've had Redcliffe up forward. And I'll tell you what, as Baker takes another mark and kick and he chips it to Joshy Clayton, they got some talent here, Gus. They just got to top it up with a couple of more, bit more experience, and good things coming the way of the Doggies.
Baker kicks dangerously.
It's out on the full, boys. The goal umpire's called it.
Good pick up, Monts. The best boundary rider in the business with the Newmarket Hotel. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, just that switch kick. It was getting a little bit wide, and the boundary umpire was nowhere near it, but the goal umpire was all over it and called it, and Buckets was all over it and made sure it was going Corowa's way now for probably a shot on goal.
So Dan Saunders will be the recipient of the free kick.
Can he do an illy?
Well, he's going to have to run around at a fairly tight angle. Umpire calls him to play on. Kicks towards the top of the goal square. I think this has gone through. I reckon it has. Dan Saunders.
The goal umpire got wrapped up with Big Tommy and Charlie Morrison there, but I think they're going to pay it here, boys.
Buckets is sticking his beak in here at the moment.
It's a goal for mine. I reckon
Same
it crossed
here,
the line, and the umpire says, bang. 6 points to the Roos. Saunders salutes. Corowa have got their 5th, and they're back within a sniff.
Yes, and Monty, I like the boundary umpire got involved too. It was an all-round team performance to get the right result.
Yeah, absolutely, because as I said, the goal umpire really wrapped up and didn't even see the ball cross the line, I don't think. So to have the young fellas from the boundary come in and say, no, that definitely crossed is good to see.
Yep. Gillan McLaughlin, take notes. That's how the arc should be run. Use the goal umpires and the umpires to make a consultation.
Hey, that's a good idea.
And look at this, Big Mac. They're back in the middle once again.
Well,
Gee whiz. Wowee.
Good job, Gus.
That's a good idea.
Thanks, boys. Yeah,
good suggestion from you, Gus.
Full of good ideas.
Captain Puff.
Fantastic. All year we've waited and he's nailed it.
Only taken 17 weeks, Big Mac.
That might have been Mattress again. Getting a bit active out there on centre wing on the far side of the ground as the ball comes back through the middle. His head over the ball was good. Pato says, give it to me. He crosses his hands, he crosses his chest there. And of course, one of the most spectacular sliding on your knees we've seen from anyone was Pato before there near the boundary line.
One thing about Pato, boys, geez, he can throw the ball up. That's going a mile in the air. The two ruckmen in Elliott got sore necks from looking up for so long.
Even buckets are doing well. Here's Mattress again. And he kicks it into half forward. Melcham shovels one out to Wilson. Damien on now to Cameron Wilson. Open goal square. Morrison, I think, got a touch on it anyway.
He did.
It goes to the right-hand side of the big stick. So Corowa-Rutherglen applying a little bit of pressure here, Gus. If they can get the next one, get it under 20 points, they are still some chance.
Monty, if you're anyone doing the recruiting for Corowa-Rutherglen, I'm sure a full forward's the number one wish list. How many times they go inside forward if you don't want to kick to?
Yeah, absolutely. A nice Lee Williams type would be what they'd be after. You'd think someone that can kick them 80 goals because that's what they've been missing probably 10, 15 years now.
Umpire calls this one. Will ball the footy up. 60-36, the Dogs lead. Peter Bowen home scoreboard. Will ball the footy back up. 50 metres out from the Roos goal. Goodwin hit it into the face of Cam Wilson. Got it on the second bite of the cherry. Baker clears defensive lines to the Dogs. Well done by Shield. Got a crucial fist in. Jorgensen's ditched the sleeves. Mathy gets amongst the action, or Mimo, I should say. Wrapped up in a high tackle. Prevailing from the contest was the boy on debut, Justin Lewis. But his kick was poor. Out of bounds on the full. It's going to go the way of the Dogs in the left back pocket.
He's been good, hasn't he, young Justin Lewis? Only 16.
Looks pretty sizey too, Big Mac.
Yeah, still got a couple of years probably in the thirds if required, but I think this is the first, if he's around, of many games through St. Clara senior footy. He looks very much part of it. Good grab by the dual stick.
It's a great kick too.
He's a good footballer. And he kicks it nicely and he finds Jet Cassidy. Inside handball was good to Josh Clayton. He might give it back to Cassidy. No, he doesn't. He goes backwards to Jorgensen. Jorgensen over the top, and young Cassidy was good. Quick kick by Mimo, helped him out. Not quite across half forward. Defensive work from Mac Lavis was good. Went to Jared Lane. Handball out the back down to Sandrell. Sandrell couldn't grab it, so he did a left foot kick. Darcy Melcham mapped up. Back to Jared Lane. Long kick. Here's a go. Filipponi's quick. Can he beat Morrison? Morrison leads him by a couple of metres. Gathers. Filipponi tackles. The kick was a quick one. Nastasi's hanging around. Can't get any action just at the moment. Here's Mattress Wilson. He mightn't have had the footy. I'm not sure, Gus. See what you make of it.
Wortman has another crack, and here comes Filipponi, and Wortman got him good. An elite body and paint. Play of the day from Daniel Wortman. Saved the Roos going on goal, and a big tackle applied on Hayden Filipponi. As the Dogs mark at true fullback, they kick inboard dangerously. Mimo's up to the challenge. Lowers the eyes, finds Jorgensen. In between half-back and true centre wing for the Dogs. Broadcast side, kicking a bit too much on it for Cassidy. Trying to keep it alive was Cassidy, and Mac Lavis out of bounds for a boundary throw and right in front of Monty for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, boys, and you see Wodonga just starting to control the footy again after a couple of goals to Corowa, so they're able to just get it back on their terms and just get it up to halfway quite easily as they went around the defensive setup of Corowa there.
So big Tommy Goodwin will go up against Michael Driscoll. Tommy got the tap. It's mopped up by Jacob Barber. Give him a kick off the ground's okay. Mayfield, another kick off the ground. Gets the ball inside forward 50. Redcliffe slipped over. Panag's got the job this quarter on him. Handball to Ayres. Ayres got it back to Jack Shield. Redcliffe's tackle's okay. And he forced the quick kick by Shield. And it dribbles out over the boundary line. Right in front of the club rooms, the social club rooms here. Wodonga Football and Netball Club. It'll be thrown back into play. If you just joined us, it's Wodonga 60, lead Corowa-Rutherglen 36. We're doing this quarter action for Agbos. And Gus, on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock, we have gone 22 and a half minutes, third quarter.
We've also had 4 seasons in one day. It's been overcast, It rained, and now the sun's shining. in the sunbathed John Flower Oval here in Wodonga. Hacked off the ground by Cam Wilson, but the umpire said it was in danger. And it's going to be a free kick going the way of Josh Mathy. I thought he was a little bit stiff. I thought there was enough players around the contest there, Big Mac. In the end, the umpire sees a free kick going the way of the Dogs. Inside forward 50. Goodwin made a good contest. Here's Spiteri across the body from 35 metres out. Spiteri marked on the goal line, Big Mac. Noah was planning the celebration the moment that left the boot.
He was starting to pull his shirt off. He was about to take his shirt off and expose that
To the
frame of his.
Aloisi.
And I'm not sure if that would have been great, Mont.
He would have got sunburn with the rig he sort of rolls around with.
Thank God we're a radio product, Big Mac.
Filipponi was fantastic. Got it inside handball to Cam Wilson, who got it to Hansen. Here's Eli Nastasi, picks up, open goal. Oh, he's gone! Morrison pulled off an absolute rattler of a tackle. He was going to celebrate his third goal. And old Van Morrison, now he's turned it over and he's kicked it straight down the throat of George Sandrell. Well, goodness me. Talk about the good and the good, the bad and the ugly, Gus. We've seen it all here today.
And that's probably just showing the sign of where Wodonga are at as a list. They need to take a bit of composure, suck a bit of life out of the contest following such a big moment. Now on the flip side of the coin, it's a big, big chance for Sandrell. This kicks to keep the Roos in the contest.
We're going from a certain goal with a brilliant tackle. This is probably a 60-40. Sandrell comes in and he misses. He mightn't even score, so, hey, not a problem. Great tackle by Charles Morrison. Order is restored. No score, nothing, Gus. It's still 60-36. What do you make of that, Monty, for the Newmarket?
Yeah, he didn't look confident when the run up there, Georgie boy. So a bit more senior footy. I reckon he might just have a bit more confidence about him, but he did not flush it at all. But yeah, what a tackle from Charlie Morrison. And we've spoken about him a few times today. Just what a job he's doing on Caelan Bradkey and any of the big forwards that go down there.
Just around the grounds quickly for Mr. Stowe's Pool World. Yarrawonga 19 to Albury's 36. I believe that still probably hasn't updated. Wangaratta Rovers 94 to North Albury 16.
Inside forward 50 go the Roos.
And we'll continue on, boys. Lavington 44 to Wangaratta's 97 at the Lavington Sports Ground. And Murdoch at 55 to Wodonga Raiders 9 at McNamara Reserve.
So we'll keep a close eye on the proceedings between Yarrawonga and the Albury Tigers. Of course, you can catch that game on our sister station, 1566.3 and E, or on Optus O&M TV, Big Mac.
Yeah, I'll get you a minute, Gussie. Myrtleford, all they have to do is win next week and they play finals.
Correct.
Against Corowa-Rutherglen.
Unless they have too many on the ground, there's a head count, Big Mac. They might lose their entire score. Here's a go for Filipponi. Met head on by Wortman towards the boundary line. Happy to concede ground. It's Venturini, and it goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Big Mac will bring the footy back into play, and here's the around the grounds. 51 apiece between the Tigers and the Pigeons on O&M Live at the 24-minute mark of the third.
Nice work, Gussie. So, Goodwin, and he taps it, but Jorgensen, the Norwegian flyer, intercepted by Barrett. Handball to Nastasi. Illy might get that one. He thought he had a couple of minutes ago. You betcha! That's a beauty off the left foot by Illy Nastasi. He has 3. Some know him as Charlie. And that gives the Roos a little bit of a heartbeat, Gussie. That gets the margin back now to just 18 points. 26 minutes gone in third quarter action. And mark that down for another Nastasi Sunjan goal of the day. That was a gem.
It certainly was, and that's what he can bring to this side, Monty. We keep harping on it, but the Roos are a much better team when he's playing.
Absolutely, and he does it different ways, doesn't he? He can either take a lead-up mark and kick a goal, or he can do just that, a boundary throw in, just gets it to it, and wow, around the body, great finish, Eli Nastasi.
26 minutes gone. The Dogs, they lead 60-42 in the third quarter. Back here live at Martin Park in Wodonga, Tom Goodwin does a bit of defensive work. The big ruckman dives on top of the football. Sandrell left it behind. Getting amongst the action now is Brown. And the Dogs clear defensive lines. Hansen backs back into a bit of traffic. Redcliffe lurks, wants a clean pickup. Use the golf club to his advantage. Umpire said no free kick. Calls that he threw it. And we'll ball the footy up between the arc of 50 and the centre square, favouring the Dogs.
just looks dangerous, doesn't he? Got that quick release out the back. Might have been Mimo, but the Roos defence, the tackling across that half-back area there was absolutely sensational. Didn't allow him to get out. Are going to have another ball up?
Looks like Joey Hansen's playing a loose behind the footy here too, Big Mac.
Yeah, I think if they can they don't want to give one away here. If they can go into the last quarter, just the 3 goals behind, they'll give themselves a massive chance. Quick kick by Brown, inside forward 50. Redcliffe got a half volley. As a free kick, it's going to go the way of Corowa-Rutherglen.
And it's on, boys.
It is getting a
I
little
think
bit...
Cam Wilson just got dumped away from the footy, so... yeah, he's going to get the free kick, and his boy...
Sure who they're targeting there, Mon?
Jacob Barber, it is, boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Cam Barrett kicks over to Damien Wilson. He might run inside forward 50 almost here. He goes short. Eyes up Saunders. Good defensive work. Isaac Cassidy, kick off the ground. Had a little bit of an intercept, handball on it. Panag couldn't get hold of it. Isaac Cassidy did well. Got it on the Mayfield, and he tumbles it to half forward.
Cushitt's got a bit of work to do for the Roos here in a one-on-one contest with Cassidy. And in the end, the boundary line beats all comers. It was Oscar Wilding, I should say. He swapped boots. He's given the pink ones the arse, Big Mac, and he's gone for a more traditional ASIC-style boot.
He has indeed gone the more traditional. And still a little bit happening there between Ayres and Redcliffe as well.
Football comes back into play. As he paid a free kick, the umpire he has. It's against Tom Goodwin, or with Tom Goodwin, I should say, for an infringement in the ruck, and Big Tommy's got it across right half back.
He's had a big impact this quarter too, Big Tom. If Bradkey can find something, here's Cam Wilson. Tackle was okay. Back of players form at centre wing, and umpire Patterson. Oh, he's got someone, Mont.
Yeah,
Who's he got under
he's
there?
Got Cam Wilson. I reckon he dragged that in. Yeah,
Okay.
I reckon that was probably the right call.
Well, he's dragged it back in, and Pato, very demonstrative with his signalling, leaves no doubt at all. Mayfield told to play on. Oh, Bradkey had a dive and swing at him, couldn't get him. Kick goes inside forward 50 now, quickly goes back out. Sandel got a dribbler. Now Darcy Melcham's a chance if he can gather it. Jorgensen corralled him nicely. This will suit Jack Schill. Got the left. Oh, Jorgensen. What about the smother, Gus? He brought it to ground, and now it might be the doggies who'll go forward.
And Wilding's got a bit of work to do, but he's up to the challenge. Bimo applies a dump tackle. Jorgensen's going to sit under this football, but the boundary line beats all, and that was well called for McRae Motors, and what a defensive bit of play from Adam Jorgensen. Last line of defence sort of stuff there, Big Mac. Absolutely superb. He's made a real impact to this Wodonga lineup in his second year at the club.
Yeah, for a little fella, he's a contender, I reckon, for the ultimate fastness tough nut of the day at times here, Gus. He's been absolutely brilliant.
30 minutes gone. And that's all she wrote for the third quarter as the siren sounds for three-quarter time. The Wodonga Bulldogs, they lead 9-6-60 to Corowa-Rutherglen, 6-6-42. It's an 18-point lead favouring the Dogs. And there's plenty more to come in the final quarter. You're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
And we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with Go TAFE.
Did someone say KFC? I don't care.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
Listening to O&M Live on 2AY.
Three-quarter time at the Martin Park in Wodonga sees the Dogs lead 60-42. Gus McLeod, Scott Montgomery, Robbie McKinlay and Dan Vaccaro with you on O&M Live. And Dan has got the Optus quarters best.
Thanks very much, Gussie. For Optus, it is it was Angus Baker that quarter for Wodonga. He was fantastic. He added to his already big tally. He had 8 touches that quarter. He's had 27 for the game. He was fantastic. And also Charlie Morrison was fantastic again that quarter. He's probably almost been best on for mine. He was great. And as we move over to the Corowa side of things, Damo Wilson had 5 touches that quarter. He was reasonably solid, along with brother Cam, who got a bit battered and bruised that quarter, Gussie.
That he certainly did. We'll go boundary side now. Scott Montgomery, the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, boys, just Geordie Taylor was very, very pleased. Just thought that they lost their way a little bit for about 5 minutes, and when they got their way back, they just gave him an easy goal, which he was really disappointed with. And then for Peter German, he just said, we're just giving the ball up too easily. Obviously, the conditions aren't there. Let's just keep it in. If they ping us holding the ball, well, it's so be it. But let's not give it out, so it's an easy out. And they just got to clean up their stoppage work. They think they're getting beaten around the stoppages, so they just need to make sure they do a bit more here when Tommy Goodwin's probably dominating the hit-outs.
Good work from Scott Montgomery, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. Just to get a quick update for the listeners who might have just tuned in, Monty, still quite slushy underfoot despite the sun coming out.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go get the gumboots out of the ute, I reckon, boys, because it's very, very wet still, especially on this wing, closest wing to the grandstand. Even in the sun, it's still very, very puddly and slushy when you're walking through it.
Now, around the grounds, Mr. Stowe's pool world, we believe the three-quarter time score between Yarrawonga and Albury is 51 apiece, Max. So we'll keep you posted on how things play out there. But I tell you what, a really exciting final quarter coming up there. And, of course, you won't miss a thing. We'll give you up-to-date scores all the way through the broadcast here on O&M Live. Looking forward to this one, Dan.
Absolutely, boys.
They keep having close games, Albury and Yarrawonga, don't they? It's in their, it's in the makeup. They just don't miss. Might be exciting times from qualifying final coming up in 2 weeks today.
For Bingley, the final quarter's underway. You're listening to O&M Live with the Big Mac, Robbie McKinlay for McRae Motors.
Umpire Patterson flings it in there, and Driscoll went early, but he held on long enough to get the tap, and he got the first clearance kick too. Panag hunts after it. He went in under. knocked the ball out. Kick off the ground was really good by Hansen. In fact, it might make it all the way to the boundary. And it does. It trickles over smack bang on centre wing. So, Wodonga will take a 3-goal lead into this final term, Gus. 9-6-60. It's 6-6-42. And we're doing it for Bingley.
Redcliffe's got 5. Nastasi's got 3. And Damien Wilson has how many disposals down for Caro?
Damien Wilson has 19, boys.
Well, he was on track to get 40. He had 10 in the first 10 minutes of the game. I reckon the Dogs want to put a bit more attention into him. True centre, half forward here for the Dogs. Jordan Taylor gets it inside forward 50. Spencer's got some work to do here for the Roos. Tackle applied, and it's a nice tackle by the Dogs, trickling around towards the top of the goal square. Matthey's amongst the action. Barrett's got some work to do. Here's Wilding. Shimmies and shakes, goes backwards to the dual stick in a 1-2. Wilding with some candy. Wilding from the pocket. Oscar Wilding with a Sunjan goal of the day. Absolutely superb from the youngster. He booted 5 last week, and that's his first of the day, or second of the day, I should say, but worked his way around a telephone box there, Big Mac.
Unbelievable, wasn't it? Great skills, great poise, and Mont, he just did the rest, and he just held his composure.
He needed to kick it too, boys. He had a couple of open teammates about straight in front, about 30 metres out, so he did well to finish it, but what a finish. He just sort of weighed up his options and thought, this is going to be my best option, and he was right, straight through the middle.
He nailed it indeed, Oscar Wilding, so he shelved those pink boots, Gussie, and it's worked wonders for him. There's Patterson again, flings the ball in the air, and again, it is Driscoll who won the tap, went straight back to Tommy Goodwin. It bounced off Jorgensen straight back to Tommy, and he couldn't believe his luck, and he was beset upon. So they'll do it all again, right in the middle of the cricket pitch. You just wonder they might take that throw up either side of the wicket there, Gus. I don't know.
There's 3 circles,
How about that for an idea? Kick off the ground was Hansen, and it's going to be out of bounds in front of Jet Cassidy. Some calling for deliberate. And umpire Bouquet won't have any of that. You can't pull the wool over bucket size. Not on this occasion anyway, Gus.
Breaking news around the grounds of Mr. Stowe's pool world. Anthony Miles has just been called for a stretcher around the grounds. It looks like a horrific ankle injury. We'll keep you posted on that one. That is not good news for the Albury Tigers, Big Mac.
Gee, that is, big news there. Barber won the tap. In fact, got it to Josh Clayton. And fed the handball over the top, towards half forward. Wilding missed one off the chest. Hansen again had to try to kick it off the ground. Here's a go for Mayfield. Shoveled the ball back. Cam Wilson's there. Tapped it cleverly forward. Here's a go off the left foot. Jared Lane, and he pumps it to centre wing. Gussie Barrett was there, but here's Mattress. Mattress Wilson kicks it
and
to
he
half
kicks
forward.
Long, and unfortunately, Big Mac, he turns the football over. Football comes back in to Jorgensen. He got clean bowled, and so did his opposition teammate. Taylor out and towards space. Baker finds the right boot with a high up and under inside forward 50. This is where you need Redcliffe, but he's nowhere to be seen. He's worked his way up the ground with a boundary throwing, or out of bounds on the full even. Deep in the pocket.
Boundary throwing, boys.
Deep in the pocket for the Dogs. Bring the football back in at the Pierce Street end.
Angus Baker up to 29 touches too, boys, on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, it's just even when he gets that hurried kick, he gets distance with it. He picks up around 35, 40 metres under pressure, and it makes a big difference. Ball flings back into play. Goodwin, and got the tap. He got the second one, and he had a swing and a miss. Kick off the ground, falls fortuitously towards Cameron Wilson, kicks it now. Here's a go for Filipponi and Tommy Johnson. Filipponi kicks it off the ground. This is a real sprint. Johnson, Filipponi got him by a head. Filipponi kicks it off the ground again. Guess who? Morrison chips in. That's deliberate. Yes, sir. Paddo agrees with me. And Filipponi's going to be rewarded for effort. Kicks the ball backwards, and the mark has been taken by none other than
Mattress
Wilson.
This will bring the house down, Big Mac.
The Corowa-Rutherglen Matthew Wilson is going to kick from, well, you'll have to kick it from about 35 metres, almost directly in front. But well done there to Hayden Filipponi. It was a real sprint race between him and Tommy Johnson. Morrison put it out deliberately. Free kick. Filipponi kicked it back. Wilson comes in for goal. He kicked one earlier on, and he can't quite get the journey from there. And Morrison taps it through for a rush behind. Minor score. That's the one they wanted, Gussie. 23-point margin. Wodonga lead Corowa-Rutherglen. About 6 minutes gone, final term.
Around the grounds, Mr. Stowe's pool world. The Pigeons lead by a goal, and Anthony Miles has been taken from the ground on a stretcher, nursing either an ankle or a knee. Big Mac, he's clutching his leg, and I tell you what, that is heart-wrenching news for the Albury Tigers. Back here live at Martin Park in Wodonga. It's Matey, and a free kick's going to go the way here. Can't quite work. It's going to go back to Matey for a free kick.
Yeah, hold the man as he just got his boot to ball there, boys.
Kicks nicely to Brown, made him work for it. Back to Matey. Chip kicks good to Jewel. I liked his game today, Big Mac. Always provided a contest.
And I like the way they put Jack Shield onto Ethan Redcliffe. Hello, left-footed to left-footer.
Barrett intercepts, comes inboard. Filipponi just behind true centre. Damien Wilson racking up his 20th 40 Winks disposal. Back to Barrett. Inside 50 go the Roos. Contest forms. Well done at the back of the pack. Got a fist in there was Crothers. Free kick and a whistle. It's going to go the way of the Dogs at true fullback, and that could be 50. And the umpire says no 50. Now he's called it. Now he's called the... Yeah. Is he called the 50? He's called the 50. There you go.
He's either that or he's doing the Michael Jackson two-step.
Doing it better than probably I could do it.
Hey, Mon, can Barrett be one of the longer kicks we've seen in the comp this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's got nice penetration in his long kicks too. It's not just a long crap kick, really. It's something that gets there with a lot of penetration to his key forwards.
Young Gab Crothers, he kicked the ball across the field. And now it'll come back the way of Morrison. Morrison looks at Tommy Johnson and says, I'm going to kick it over your head, Tommy, or no, I might kick it to you. Tommy takes it on the second bite. Jared Lane stands the ground there. So you've got the Wodonga cricket captain and the Corowa cricket captain playing football alongside each other there. It's great to see. And we've got young Reece Venturoni here. Gussie, and he kicks the ball towards, it's a great name, middle of the ground, and your man, the dual stick, takes a beauty.
He's been good since he's moved to attack. He's marked the footy, true centre wing, grandstand side, plays on, right foot kick, inside forward 50, well done by Robertson, got amongst the action, so did Wilding. Barrett's on hands and knees, and Tommy Johnson got poleaxed. The umpire said he got held without the footy, and you're a very brave man, Josh Matey, picking a fight with Tom Goodwin. So it's a free kick to Tommy across the back, right half-back flank. He kicks the full-back and he links up with the skipper, Joey Hansen.
He does, and Hansen kicks it to Mattress Wilson, who's really come into the game in this second half. He kicks down the line. It's a good, intelligent kick to Damien Wilson, who has to kick it in a hurry. What's he got on offer down here? Not too much. Venturoni has it, and he just casually strolls it out over the boundary line. It'll be flung back in. 75 metres around from the Corowa-Rutherglen goal, and they currently trail by 25 points. We've gone 8 minutes in the final term on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock.
You reckon a goal here if the Dogs would seal it?
Absolutely.
And if the Roos can kick one in the next 2 or 3 minutes, I reckon there's still a sniff. Back into play. Good ruck work there from Cassidy. Goes towards true centre wing. Head over the footy was Ayres. Free kick. Going to go the way of the Roos here. Looks like it's against Baker. Low chiselling kicks okay. Cam Wilson, umpire said it wasn't 15. Then he said he had no prior. We'll ball the footy up. Les Cheesley's side of the Martin Park in Wodonga. 67 plays 42. Favouring the Dogs in the border carpet scoreboard.
Thanks, Gussie. Up she goes. And Robinson got the tap. Jared Lane. Gee, been good today for Corowa. Brown unloaded it, working hard. Cam Wilson got the ball into Crawford. Oh, Melcham couldn't hang on to it one-handed. Out the back, Tommy Johnson. Hands were good. Wortman for Wodonga. He kicks it off the ground, and that might just make its way over the line. No, it won't. It'll stay in. Can they keep it in? Oh, the little boundary. He had it cocked, and he just pulled it back at the last minute. And I reckon he made a pretty good call there, Mon.
Yeah, great call. I reckon he was in perfect position and was ready for it to go over, but yeah, just said, no, hasn't quite got there, boys.
Well done, young fella. Right in front of the local crowd, you know, he held his nerve there, Gus.
You can tell he's umpired these grounds before because he's gone the boots over the cross trainers, Big Mac.
Yeah, good
That's
call.
what I call years in the game from the men in yellow. Matey, another disposal.
He's 13 years old, Gus.
He's probably had 5 years in the caper. There's not many of them kicking around.
I reckon 13's being generous too.
You reckon? I tell you what, he's an absolute gun. Look at the young fella here. And hey, how smart's that? He steps into the sun instead of the shade. He's an operator.
Back in towards play. A clean bowl, Tom Goodwin. Then he come through like the Southern Aurora. Tommy Johnson gave him a bit of a cuddle. The cuddle's still going on. Tommy finally lets him get up. And it's a high up and under kick from the Dogs. Redcliffe uses the golf glove that's palming in towards a bit of space. Shields wrapped up in a tackle and will ball it up on the edge of the square.
I reckon Travie Cartwright will just hone in on that glove of Redcliffe there. It's quite a size. isn't it? It's more like a mitt. You know those oven mitts, Gus, you use to pull out the hot...
Is this when you're baking some... What are you making?
It's sort of more like that, I reckon.
What are you making? Some honey joys or something?
You might bake your salmon in there or something like that.
Salmon, a baked salmon.
Veggies, you pull out...
Something tells me that our man Ethan Redcliffe is not really a baked salmon type operator.
No, I don't think so. Tommy Goodwin, he's a good operator. Good, clever tap to Robinson. Shoveled a handball to Cameron Wilson. Got low. Got a handball out the back to Jared Lane. He was held without the footy, I thought. Umpire didn't agree with me. And now, he's going to ping him. Gee, that's tough. It is not perfect conditions. And I reckon that's what would be a square up, is it? Well, it worked out all right in the end. Cam Wilson's got it, Gus, and Cora are going to go deep into attack.
75 from home, a congested forward line await, so he darts the ball in the Barrett direction. Links up with a 1-2. Wilson's got to be clean. Got it on the second bite of the cherry. Bradkey mopped up by Mattress. Wilson touched on the line. Touched on the line by Charlie Morrison. Mattress has looked lively.
Yeah, I'll just say, Mont, how many times has Morrison done that today?
Yeah, I reckon it'll be 5 or 6 for sure, boys. He's been really good back there, just getting himself in the right position.
Player of the day 2 weeks in a row, Mont, you reckon?
Oh, now that...
Are you trying to step on my territory there, Dan?
No. I'm throwing out suggestions.
While Wortman intercepts with a double-fisted over the boundary line.
We can't quite hear Monty saying it. We hear Monty's head. We can just hear him stick to the pen and paper, Dan.
Yeah, stay in the lane, Dan.
Stick to the stats.
In your lane.
Stay on the stats, boys.
What about some around the grounds, Dan Vaccaro?
I can get some around the grounds for you. So my around the grounds is working now. So Yarrawonga 57 plays Albury Tigers 57. Wangaratta Rovers 122, North Albury 22. Lavington 54 plays Wangaratta 99, and Murderford 69 plays Raiders 9.
So Panthers sort of making a bit of a comeback there, aren't they? They're not going to win the game, but
they need to get work on percentage.
Yeah, that's right. It could come into play, Gussie, big time. So you're not missing much here. It's like a rolling maul here at the moment, and eventually it's Baker with a bit of class and a 55. Give it 65-metre kick towards half forward. There's claims by Cushion that that's out of bounds on the full. The boundary umpire, the kick was so long for Baker, he got caught with his strides down, literally, Gus, didn't he?
That's his 30th 40 wing stats too,
there
boys.
You go,
30 touches.
Averages 32 for the year. At the 12.5-minute mark of the final term, you reckon he'll knock over his average, I'd say, Big Mac?
He'll put a bit of mayo on it, I reckon, Gus. How about that?
Football comes back in towards play. Good strong mark. Is it the dual stick?
No, it's
Driscoll.
You're on Creek Wonder.
2 boys from the Huron Creek playing Ovens and Murray football this year.
Yeah,
of
both
course,
Driscolls.
Both Jacks, or both Driscolls.
There is
anyway.
a lot of Driscolls in Huron Creek, Gus, I can tell you.
Is it like the McKinleys in Holbrook or the Lavises in Corowa?
Jeez, Gus.
Football, true centre wing broadcast side, and sliding across the paint was Gabe Crothers for a boundary throw in right in front of Scott Montgomery, boundary sign for the Newmarket Hotel.
Just got the mud shower down here, boys, as the boys cross the line. It's gone absolutely everywhere.
I thought that might have been close.
That's made my day.
We'll have to get Travie to get a shot of that after the game.
Yeah. Big Tommy wins another tap. Josh Clayton, quick hands. Probably read better by Barrett than anyone. Barber couldn't grab it. Damien Wilson gets it. Gave off a handball now. Nicely to Saunders. Saunders left foot kick. Oh, a bit of mix up there. Cody Howard nearly got cleaned up. Quick kick off the ground by Wortman. Goes towards Mimo. Brilliant hands. He gets the free kick, and that's fair enough. No complaints there. Tommy says, who, me? And Pato says, yes, you, Big Tom.
He actually did quite well there, Tommy. I reckon he braced for impact and sort of just maybe saved 2 or 3 years off the life of Cade Mimo had he have kept coming through. Football back in towards play here, favouring the Roos. Lane puts his head over the Sharon. Toe poked forward by Nastasi. It's a soccer contest here at the minute as Filipponi soccers it towards goal. Soccer it through, Hayden. It's across the face for a minor score. Favouring the Corowa-Rutherglen Footy Club across the face. I tell you what, the scoreboard trickles over here, Big Mac. We'll get a score update for you shortly, thanks to Border Carpets.
22-point margin to Wodonga. I reckon Filipponi could almost, some of his action in this last quarter, send his resume, highlights of this down to Scotty Kidd, the boys at Albury United. He might get himself a gig as Robinson marks.
I reckon Corowa pay better, Big Mac.
Do they?
You can't pay in a soccer.
Now, is this
You can't, or you just can't tell anyone you do, Gussie?
What are you suggesting? There might be
I know a couple of clubs that were very successful that might have been paying a little bit. I have a feeling that one of our other callers might have been on the pay packet somewhere once upon a time.
Oh, there you go. Gee whiz.
Didn't know Panda played soccer.
Bloody Panda, eh?
No, it's North Albury 2s for Panda.
Cam Wilson kicks it inside forward 50 and taking the mark. I think it's Angus Baker there, boys. It is. He just reads the play so well. And he kicks it to the far side of the ground. Gus, Josh Clayton, and he'll relieve it off the back there. Might have been Dan Wortman.
67-45, Border Carpet scoreboard favouring the Dogs as they kick inboard in the Matt Wilson direction for Wodonga. Marks on the edge of the square. Les Cheesley's side of the ground. Comes inboard. Baker. That's his 32nd, Dan Vaccaro. For
No, that's actually 35th, Gussie.
35th. He's running rampant. Wortman played on, took a step. Nastasi wrapped him up in the tackle, and the umpire said, stuff ya. You had a prior opportunity. Filipponi needs to get it inside.
Here we go.
50. Finds Barrett, and Barrett goes bang! Sunjan goal today from Cam Barrett. He's got 2, and I tell you what, that man, he should be going to the NFL. He can seriously punt a football. 16-point ball game on O&M Live. Fourth quarter action thanks to Bingley.
How smart by Charlie Nastasi. He stayed involved. Dan Wortman took that half a step off his mark, called the play on, and Nastasi got him caught cold, and then great use of the footy to get it in the hands of one of the best kicks in the Corowa side, in Cam Barrett, to finish that from about 50 out.
I reckon, Monty, we can elevate him to almost one of the best kicks in the comp, what we've seen this year. That is geez, he gets some penetration.
Yeah, absolutely. And he kicked that one nice and flat too, didn't he? So really penetrating kick for Cameron Barrett.
Well, I reckon they've got, Gus, maximum maybe 11 or 12 minutes here, the Roos, to kick 3 goals and hold the Doggies at bay, and they can sneak a win.
Last quarter went 31, big back.
Yeah, righto. There, here's Spiteri, got thrown around like a rag doll. Clean bowl was Redcliffe. Good work, Bailey Panag. Hurry kicked. One of the Wilson boys was Cameron. Be a free kick downfield for a bit of a sling action, and I've got to give it to young Pato. He's got one of the most... hold that thought as Barrett should pick it up. A little bit clever, that one. Out the back, Mimo intercepted. Spiteri was going to swoop on it, and your man, the Dual 6, got it, Gus.
Played some game as Sam Gill. Finds the right boot. Inside forward 50. Redcliffe's the target. Willow's gone down again. And his Pato's given some theatrics on the decision. He went down and used the knees to slide across the turf of the Martin Park.
He needs some stops in his boots.
Someone buy that man some football boots. Umpiring the game.
He must have the Dunlop volleys on, boys. He's sliding everywhere.
Oh, and he's got thongs on.
He may as well go the barefoot, to tell you the truth. Football's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 67 plays 51 at the 18-minute mark of the final term, favouring the Dogs.
I reckon Travis Cartwright might have a bit of fun with a bit of that, a few of those clips there. He's just got that silly grin. Oh, a little thumb goes up from the man, the Carlton man, Travis Cartwright. And yeah, I tell you, he's entertaining, Pato. And he's done a good job today, I think. And, well, here's Baker out the back. Puts up the high up and under. That's like a rugby union kick. Sitting under it is Sandral. Spiteri couldn't quite mark it. Oh, Tommy come through. Clayton thought he was all over Red Rover. Hand out the back by Barrett. Tommy got tackled. Ball come to ground. Swooped upon by Spiteri. He kicked it about 6 metres to Taylor. Shoveled the handball to Mayfi. Mayfi kicks it long. Keep an eye on Redcliffe. Drop the mark. Might go back for another crack. Kick off the ground. Jaw. Redcliffe! Soccer kick off the ground. Hits the old Wilbur post. Fair in the guts, Gus. That would have wrapped it up. It's a 17-point margin. Wodonga lead Corowa-Rutherglen. About 19 minutes gone, final term.
The Roos are still alive as Barrett marks it. True centre half back. Links up with the captain Hansen. Gets around Mathy and pumps it on the boot long down the line. Nastasi marks. Breaks away from the contest. Nastasi from 45. Not his best kick. Wants to hunt the boundary line. Baker's in pursuit. He mops up nicely, and he just had no one to kick to there, Nastasi. They went coast to coast, but now they're going to have to man up in defence as Driscoll marks for the Dogs.
Yeah, exciting footy, Gussie. And Driscoll's kick's a good one. And he found Jorgensen. Jorgensen's kick, it's a real one-on-one contest. Gee, going in hard. Look who's come back for a little bit more of it. Mimo pumps it to half forward. Isaac Cassidy corralled his teammate, his opponent beautifully. Redcliffe, he shimmied and he shaked a bit, Gus. And in the end, Bailey Panag just got in the right side of the body, and it's going to be a boundary throw in. 65 metres around for the Wodonga goal. They lead by 17 points, and we have gone 19 and a half minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock.
Angus Baker, boys, 9 touches this quarter, 36 for the game.
Goodwin wins the tap, but it's only as far as a dog. Kicks on goal. That's across the face for a minor score. I think it might have been Clayton.
Cassidy it was, boys.
Cassidy who emerged from the contest. That's an 18-point ball game.
He's had a good quarter. Good second half, Isaac Cassidy. I reckon him and Mattress Wilson for Cora and Isaac Cassidy for the Doggies have really come into it. Thumping kick. Good grab. Might be the youngster. Read that was Gussie Jones. It was indeed young Gus Jones. Might have been a high tackle. Play on was a call. Here's a chance. They might swoop. Mayfie has the footy. Got through one, got through two. Brilliant intercept there by Cal Spencer for the Roos. Kicked it. Spiteri might be able to gather this. He played the ball out in front. Regathered. He's going for goals. He's not looking anywhere. Noah Spiteri. Redcliffe drops the chest mark. Screws it over his right shoulder. Gives the bird to the Corowa boys and kicks his 6th goal. He's the full package, this young man. It's all over Red Rover for now, and that takes the margin out to 24 points in favour of the Bulldogs. He's got number 6, Monty, for the Newmarket.
Yeah, he's looked good, hasn't he? I'll tell you what, Noah Spiteri won't be happy. He would have probably thought that should have been shepherded through, but yeah, what a finish. Just very smart, just played in front of himself there, Ethan Redcliffe, and was too quick to recover and got it back through goals. So really good day out, 6 goals too, so 8 shots on goal. He's probably been the difference.
Around the grounds, Mr. Stove's Pool World, 21 minutes gone at the JC Low Oval, and the Albury Tigers lead 70-65, favouring the Pigeons.
How long
against
gone
the
there,
Pigeons?
Gussie?
21 minutes gone, Big Mac.
I wasn't listening. Sorry, Gus.
That's okay. 21 minutes gone here too. And the Roos try to get one last roll of dice, but Spiteri says, I want to have something to say about that. Kicks inside, forward 50. Well read at the contest there by Shield. Clears defensive lines, and Baker intercepts beautifully for the Dogs.
Good play, and he got it to his mate Clayton. Clayton picks out a teammate. Beautiful stuff, and it's the young Jet Cassidy who's gathered it. And Jack Shield tried to creep up on the mark, and Paddo's brought him back a couple. This might bring Cassidy into play here. Hello, Whistle.
They found something down in the goal square, boys.
He's going to play a 50-metre. He's going to play a free kick downfield, and I reckon it's going to go the way of Geordie
50-metre penalty he's paid.
He's paid the 50. So young Jet Cassidy will kick his 2nd goal today, boys, is it? No, it should be his 1st goal. On the back of 3 last week, was it, lads? Yep. So Cassidy from the goal square to put this game to bed, beyond doubt, all over Red Rover. 22 and a half minutes gone. Cassidy, he'll just about land this in Beechworth, I reckon. Comes in and he pops it through for a goal. So just a nice, sedate finish to that little bit of play. It's a 30-point margin. 22 and a half minutes gone. We're doing it for Bingley. Now I'm going to pass over to Dan Vaccaro for some 40-wing stats.
Thank you, Robbie. Inside 50 count this quarter for Wodonga boys, 10 to Corowa's 7, so completely dominated the inside 50s, but it's been on the back of the dominant display by Angus Baker. He's had 10 touches. He's been amazing today. He's had 37 for the game. Josh Clayton, he's chipped in as well with 21 for the game, but Josh Matthew's the other one I want to highlight. He's had 7 touches today. He's up to 22, and he's also been a great factor in their midfield.
Good luck, Monty.
30-point lead, favouring the Dogs. Robertson flies high for the Roos, but not high enough as it comes out in the Brown direction. Good work by Driscoll. Lurks around the contest. Umpire says it's a free kick. I don't know what that signal's for, but it's going the way of Hansen. Kicks towards Bradkey. Morrison's been superb. Made a good contest. Trying to keep it alive. Was okay work there by Sandrell. Top of the goal square. Melksham got taken head high. Umpire says no free kick. We'll ball the footy up.
Ooh. Keeps you on edge, Paddo. When he blows that whistle, you're sort of looking for a bit of work. All right, yeah, good luck, Mont, picking out our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. I'll tell you what, there's a few contenders.
It's down to 2, I reckon, boys.
Down to 2. Ooh, I know. Well, surely Redcliffe's won with 6 goals today, and Baker's got about 1,000 possessions. Morrison's been outstanding. Ooh, I reckon there's 3 in the count here, Mont.
Nah. If you don't play on anyone, you can't win it.
So who you've culled?
I've culled Baker.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Tough critic.
Tough. All right. Well, down to Morrison or the goal kicker.
Mr. Coburg, he calls himself.
The King of Coburg.
Who does?
King of Ethan Redcliffe.
Does he really?
Didn't get a game, but calls himself the king.
A few of the Carlton Mafia might have a say about it. Goodness me.
The Carlton crew.
Gee, the young bloke's getting ahead of himself. Robertson won the tap, Gus.
Flies high, tries to find Filipponi. Working hard in a telephone box. Barrett! He's kicked it! You won't see a better goal in 2022 than that.
Wow.
From Cam Barrett. I tell you what, you might have to throw a contender in from the Roos, Monty. Everything he's touched has turned to goal today.
He's been good, hasn't he? He's been really, really good. If the result was going the other way, he'd probably be the man. But Yeah, what a finish, hey? He just does it, whether it's from long distance or around his body, just reads the ball really well, gets there first and finishes off usually his work.
Maybe he's a potential gridiron punter, Mont, the way he goes. When he hits that ball, it just takes the air out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got a nice boof. Oh. Is that how you say it, Robbie? Boof.
Or whatever it is, yeah, or boof or something like that. Yeah, anyway. Oh, no, I'll tell you what, haven't we seen some great goals quickly? Gussie McLeod.
Around the grounds, Jacob Conlon's kicked the goal from 55 metres out to put the Tigers in front by 9 points.
Well, there you go. So the Tigers, everyone thought that might be a little bit of a dead rubber, but it looks like they're having a crack. But the big news that may come out of that game, Gussie, will be an injury to Anthony Miles.
Taken from the ground, holding his leg on a stretcher.
Yeah, well, we just hope that pans out okay. So we're not too far off finishing here. We're just about to tick over 26 minutes. Wodonga lead it by 24 points. Driscoll, pumping kick into half forward. Jet Cassidy held the front position. Shilg had a swing and a miss. Saunders might have got one high. Told to play on. Cassidy held him up. An umpire, Michael Bouquet, says, give it to me, fellas. I'm going to ball it up 50 metres around from the Corowa-Rutherglen goal. They trail by 24 points. We've gone deep into this last term. In fact, Gus, 26 and a half minutes have ticked over, and it's a 24-point margin to the Bulldogs. 6 goals to Ethan Redcliffe, who must be a contender for the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
I think it'd be a very, very close contender. He might even pop up with another one if opportunities fall his way. He's lurking here, wants to get the handball. 10 metres out from the Dogs' goal. Snap from the contest. Has it gone through? It's across the face for a minor score. I think it might have been Oscar Wilding.
We might see where Monty's loyalties lie. If it's down the hard defensive end of the ground or if it's the flashy forward.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's just... what about Buckets ducking under the bouncer?
That was good.
Cushitt's kicked in from fullback to Jack Shilg, and Buckets was right in direction. He had to duck under one. He played a bit of lower grades cricket for the Panthers, Buckets.
Any good?
Not really. And Bradke marks too far out to score. He plays on. Hasn't been a great day. Caelan Bradke might make us something out of it. Oh, good work there by Wortman. Kept the ball from going over the back because they had numbers there, the Roos. They were ready to pounce. Filipponi, the ball had gone out, and it's going to have to be thrown back in. So 25 points is the margin. 27 and a half minutes gone. Oh, Bucket's a bit of evasive work there, Mont.
I just can't believe he said absolutely no good at cricket.
Well, he'd be the first to put his head... No, he was okay, but he never threatened senior selection, well, in my time there. He did play a very gritty innings in a third-grade final one year.
Good 30.
Yeah, he nearly dragged the boys over the line.
Tell you what, I wish I could make 30 in a C-grade grand final. Here's a go for Wilson.
No ball!
Wrapped up by Mathy.
No ball!
Memo. If you haven't quite got the memo, I bowled a lot of front foot no balls. Around the grounds, Mr. Stokes, Poolwell, 28 minutes gone.
Ooh.
And Lee Williams having a shot to bring the margin back to 4 points for the Pigeons. We're hearing the chorus have been going about 10 minutes. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to wrap this game up and we're going to cross live to the JC Low Oval right now to bring you the final couple moments between the Tigers and the Pigeons. Back here live after we cross to the JC Low Oval.
How long's left? Has he got it? He has. My goodness.
And we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip, and laugh a bit. 0.0% alcohol? This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but
Williams is marked, and the siren's gone. The Pigeons win a thriller at the JC Low Oval. What a game on O&M Live.
Shout and say now, and then I'll flick you straight on.
Some sort of finish. If you're just joining us, the Pigeons trail by 10 points at the 26-minute mark when Jacob Conlon goaled. Lee Williams then kicked one, and then Wiley put the Pigeons back in front. Lee Williams after the siren! What a win for the Yarrawonga Football Club. They're going to take some beating in season 2022.
When you're ready,
Lee
Matt.
Williams has kicked 3.
All right, you're on.
Back live here at the Martin Park in Wodonga, Big Mac, and that is what live radio is all about. Yarrawonga have come from the clouds.
Unbelievable stuff, Gussie. Just at the final siren blew here, and then straight away you were able to cross down to Yarrawonga-Albury game. As you said, they've kicked the last 3 goals of the game. In the last 3 minutes, they kicked 3 goals while we listened. And the Albury Tigers, and it sounds like the Albury Tigers have been hit with the injury stick today too. We know Miles went off on a stretcher. We just could hear Panda mention there that I think Alex Jones was down holding a knee. So, goodness me, a day of drama down at the JC Low Oval. And who said it's a dead rub? And you could hear the passion coming through the effects mics there, the fence banging and whatnot. It means a lot. When Yarrawonga and Albury play, it's game on.
We are absolutely blown away with that, Big Mac, of course. The Premiership reunion for Yarrawonga. The boys from 2012 would absolutely love that. We'll cross boundary side. Scott Montgomery for the Newmarket Hotel. It looks like the Dogs are being presented as the winners to
well, Corowa win the cup today, boys, because it goes on an aggregate with the A-grade netball as well.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So the girls obviously had a fairly good win over there. The Corowa guys guys and girls have won the trophy today.
Now, we noticed you snuck in to award the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. We might have to catch up with him for an interview.
Yeah, we'll get him post-game. So it was Charlie Morrison, mate. Like, as Oddie said, to feel the Wodonga boys were in him about Redcliffe. But Brad Key's the one that can really be the game winner for Corowa, and he's kept him to probably 4 or 5 touches, which I think is a match-winning performance.
Well said, Scott Montgomery. We'll get you to follow the boys into the rooms to sing the song. And I tell you what, Big Mac, shaping up to finals in the SSNA Ovens and Murray. We're going to have it all.
Yeah, you know, Gussie, you look at that game. That game started off at such a ferocious pace. Then we had that downpour of rain there halfway through the first quarter, and which then made the rest of the first half footy was really tough. But after that, mate, that was a really entertaining game of footy. And if that's what we can watch from a couple of sides who are, 7th and 8th on the ladder, 6th, 7th, or 8th, whatever it is, that's why the standard of the football in first grade at the moment, the Ovens and Murray, is just unbelievable, because that was a really good game of football. I reckon we could pick out 4 or 5 goals kicked there today that were as good as any we've seen all year.
We're getting into the Dogs' rooms to sing the song. Victorious in round 17 over Corowa-Rutherglen. Scott Montgomery making his way in. Here's the song live from Martin Park in Wodonga.
We're
Wodonga Bulldogs victorious over the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos here on O&M Live, and repeating as we cross to the JC Oval. Yarrawonga kicking 3 goals in 3 minutes to defeat the Albury Tigers by 9 points around the ground. So Mr. Stowe's poor world. We'll take a break and bring you the drive home on the other side. We've got some exclusive news coming on the other side of the break as well. The chairman of the SSNA, Ovens and Murray, David Sinclair, to join us. You're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Ground Up Building Products. All your building needs.
All over, come around mobile phones over there watching it.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on.
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit. 0.0% alcohol? This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onward, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTafe.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care!
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.